Yeah.
And now they're all wearing Mega Man boots. That just cracks me up.
Oh god, what the fuck?
It just looks like they're wearing cylinders on their legs.
They're Mega Man boots.
Isn't One Piece supposed to be a show about pirates becoming king of the pirates with like Civil War era technology? What the fuck happened?
Hey, by the way, Goth GF Mommy spikes.
Oh yeah.
The exact same body type as Robin and Tommy.
Yep. Of course.
Yes.
Everybody, it's a universal joke that Oda's just horny.
Damn you, Oda. I don't know. I don't even watch
One. Also,
to be fair, there are like also a lot of women with different body types. It's just that's the most prominent one. Shinobu being the prime example. Or even though she's built like a freaking potato, like she can still become the hourglass if she wants to.
Become the hourglass.
Yeah. But yeah, I forget what I was about to say.
Oh, and I'm sorry, do I need to get the face of Kuma? Look at them jaws! Look at them jaws!
Like, what the fuck is going on with this guy? Like, it looks like he's got two just growths on him. Okay,
that's what I'm like. What the fuck is that?
It looks like he's got a pair of jawbreakers in his mouth.
Yeah, he's got like growths happening there.
I'm like, what the fuck did they do to you? This was when you were normal and not a pacifista.
It's.
But yeah, freaky. One Piece has only ever been, incidentally, a pirate manga.
Incidentally, of course.
Yeah, it's always been a manga about freedom. They just happen to be pirates.
At one point, it was pirates.
Yeah.
One point.
I love, like, I absolutely love those one things where it's like, oh yeah, this manga taught me, and it's like Naruto and it shows that like Naruto, and it's like, oh, this manga taught me that you should protect those close to you with everything you have. Like it shows Bleach, and it's like, it shows Bleach, and it's like, this anime taught me that that hard work and effort will make you like can make you great. And then it shows One Piece, and it's like, this manga taught me that that the world's strongest military is nothing more than a strong arm of the rich and powerful, and we as the working class should rise up in a revolution to overthrow them.
Ah, yes.
Hilarious.
As a fan of law, this is funny.
Full Metal Alchemist taught me that you can work your absolute hardest towards an end goal, and you'll never actually meet that end goal, and man, will it do some fucked up shit to you, but you might get something good in the end.
By the way,
Pokemon taught me that being a loser is okay.
Pokemon taught me that you could fucking have eternal youth.
Apparently. What Pokemon taught me is that you can just kind of do the same thing without ever moving forward over and over again. Just go to a different area first. Like, I like to think there's some kind of rule that you're only ever allowed to attempt the Pokemon League once, and if you lose, you're never allowed to attempt it again. So Ash is just like, okay, I failed in my home country. I'm gonna go to another country and do that one's Pokemon League. And he refused to acknowledge he was older than 10, or that he, was actually doing the Pokemon thing for years until he actually won. So everyone's just like doing the whole like big smile, like please notice something's wrong and help me thing throughout the whole thing on their journey with him.
Here it is. 4 real-world things you can learn from anime. Always give your 100%. Never lose hope. The world's largest military is nothing more than a personal guard for the billionaire class. They'll commit genocide in order to enact this brutal hierarchy and use propaganda to justify it in their endless wars. Our only hope is to join together in a working-class revolution to claim our freedom. Volleyball!
Volleyball!
Volleyball.
But yeah, the funny thing is, like, Ash is like, I think Film Theory did the math.
He's like 14.
Yeah, he's like 16 because like a lot of them is they talk about like, oh yeah, we've been like the first series was like, oh, we've been together for a year now, or
Yeah, confirmed year.
or oh, this tournament is the tournament at the end of the series is in 6 months or something like that. And I think they termed he was like 16 at the end,
Yeah.
or like up to the point where they did the episode of Film Theory.
Okay. Here's how you fix the Pokemon series. Okay. You stop.
You
at
don't.
No, you can. You stop at X and Y
No, I'm not saying
with
you
Ash.
can't. I say you don't.
Silence. You stop at X and Y with Ash actually winning instead of getting cucked at the last second by bullshit. And over the course of the time from that point to the first episode, or from the first episode to that point, you age him from 10 to 12 progressively. Ta-da! You then completely decanonize all the bullshit that happened after X and Y because it didn't fucking matter, and you move on straight to the new series, the new protagonist. And you JoJo's Pokemon. You JoJo style Pokemon. That's how you make the Pokemon series good. You JoJo style it, you fuckers.
You have Ash be the final challenge of like the new series at like 6,000 episodes in.
I think
he's like 9 somehow.
Oh god, he's de-aged. The power of my stand. But
Well, it was always the joke that when the very beginning of the series he saw Ho-Ho, the magical bird, in which point I think the lore was that if you see it, it'll grant a wish. And he wished to be the Pokemon Master, and I guess it didn't matter how long it took.
Fair, I guess.
You know what that is? That's the joke of, oh, hello, Mr. Genie. I wish to not die a virgin. Congratulations, you are now immortal.
Damn, that's rough, kid. You are immortal until you lose your virginity. Do I retroactively age after? Not telling you.
You just get lucky at one point, or
rapidly age and die.
Happen. Yeah, like that scene from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
You don't even get to finish. It's the instant of penetration.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Ages 97 years and dies instantly. Over the course of like 3 seconds.
I kind of feel just as bad for her, because then you got that Dusty in you.
Yeah. You got that
also, and like you just think like, oh god, did I do that?
Yeah.
Like, you gotta think about that too. Like this like the instant someone like penetrates you, it's just he dies this horrible screaming death.
Yeah, it's like
ages.
It's her first time too.
God.
She had no idea what to expect. Then that just happened. She's like, "I've got the curse snatch."
Oh god, I'm possessed. The purity ring was wrong. I was wrong to take off the purity ring.
She realizes she's a succubus and has drained his youth and life essence from him. He is dead.
Yeah.
You will now live another 60 years. Longer than you would have.
Yeah, it took freaking 22 years for Ash to actually win a tournament.
For fuck's sake. There's so many things they could have done to make it better than that. Like, so many things.
Like, he actually had a pretty good team, too, from what I saw.
Which team he reset at every region?
No, like, the one he, like, of him becoming the champion.
Yeah.
Like,
I-
Pikachu, Gengar, Sir Farfetch'd, Dragonite. And that one fossil Pokemon that's actually, like, two fossils smashed together.
I am super fucking pissed at my fucking figurine because I went to pick up the other figurines to get rid of. Luffy fell over. Cool, that's fine. He's on the table, no big deal. I'll just pick it up, put it back. And now he's missing his arm, and I can't find it anywhere. Worse off, it's not just missing an arm, it's missing the punching arm for a dynamic pose between two figures. So it looks really awkward.
Did it clip through the table?
Did in the back.
And yes, that's a shitload of dust, because I never move these figures.
Makes me think of my shelf over there.
Oh, okay, I thought you meant like it broke,
With all
not it just popped off.
No,
Okay.
no, it just popped out. No, it did not break. I'd be devastatedly pissed if it broke.
Who's the other figure?
Crocodile,
Guild Sorrow.
Oh.
I was
It's
about
the
to say, is it one of the filler characters?
No, it's the movie. The movie's actually canon.
Wait, what?
Weirdly enough, it's a loose canon, what I should say.
Are
Which
all
I
of them
hate
canon, or is that movie
loosely canon. Guild of Sorrow is canon because that's loosely canon because they did get stuff from there, and they do make reference to the island they went to that met him. The reason I say loosely is because Law should have been on the ship at the time, and he does not appear in the movie.
Yeah.
So that's
I
what
say
pisses
that
me off
because,
about
like,
movies.
I asked that because of Uta. It's like, oh yeah,
Uda is canon.
that okay.
Uda is
That's
canon herself.
That's a very big issue.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. I
This
hate
far into the manga.
Yeah, that's what I hate that. She's canon. I know that because even in the anime and slash manga, I'm not sure about the manga, but in the anime, when Shanks starts talking about stuff, and he has like flashbacks to things that he cares about, it does like a silhouette of Uta. So she is included. So yes, canonically, Shanks does have a daughter.
I mean, the guy's been at sea a
no-
long time. I'm pretty sure he has many children by now.
I mean,
Just the
he has
one.
a son with Machina.
Wait, what?
And I'm just saying, if you go sailing for more than 10 years, there's
No. What William said, and two, no, Freaky. Actually, he only has the one.
Nah. If a man goes sailing for 10 years, making port on and off every couple of months, there's a lot of kids all over. They're just not all recognized.
He prefers liquor than lady. At least from what we've seen, liquor and food.
Yeah, during like in one of the cover stories, let's see, copy.
And two, they always use family in such loose terms. It's always a little hard to tell.
Yeah. Oop, there you go.
No, they're not together. I forgot where it was said, but they're not together.
Let's see. Anyways, let's see. But yeah, like I'm just thinking like that retroactively kind of like Uta makes things really weird retroactively because like oh yeah all this talk about like especially during the war arc where they're like oh yeah we Ace and Luffy were brothers and they had a third brother that died and they were very
That
sad
pissed
and
me
then
the fuck off when
and
I first
then
saw that shit.
no discussion of Uta in the 600 plus chapters afterwards until oh hey here's a movie.
Welcome, William, to my Ace Sabo dilemma. All this talk of Ace back in the day and Sabo, Ace and Luffy. By the way, we had another brother named Sabo. When the fuck was this gonna come up? It brought. Oh my fucking god. One Piece is. Freaky Skull One Piece is my DBZ in terms of what the fuck are you doing? Because I feel like some of these were. Wouldn't it be cool if. Yeah, but you kind of established that. But wouldn't it be cool? No, you established this. Do it in anyways.
I will say there is something I actually very much liked about with like Naruto that they did with some of the filler, which was like original Naruto. There was filler with Naruto, Tenten, and Neji and Lee, where oh hey, we're going to the mine. Which mines? Fuck you. It doesn't matter in the story. And it's like, oh hey, this mine has been taken over by one of the 7 ninja swordsmen, who at this point we've only seen 2 of them. And it was Ragna, and he had the twin swords as the Kiba. And it's like, oh hey, that's neat. And then you flash back to, and then like a few hundred chapters later, like into like the end of Naruto, like end of Naruto Shippuden, it's like, oh hey, here's the reincarnation of like the 7 ninja swordsmen, and it's like, oh hey, that's neat. Oh hey, Amegure Ringa, she has the Kiba, like from that one filler arc. That's neat. I wonder. I guess Ragna was either before or after her, and it shows later like a flashback of Might Guy's dad going up against the 7 ninja swordsmen, and look, there's Ragna. He's now canon, and I actually really like that.
I will never forget them about the Dino Eggs.
Although it does kind of make a weird timeline wise, because Guy's dad fought him, and then like the worst generation is the strongest generation of 7 ninja swordsmen is the generation after that, and then which has Ringo in it, and then Ragna fights Naruto. So Ragna fights Might Guy's dad, loses the Kiba to Ringo, which it's very heavily implied that each user kills the former user to take the blades from them. And then Naruto fights Ragna after Ringo dies somehow. So that's a minimum of like 40 years.
Yeah. And?
Which, like, that dude should be old and busted at that point when Naruto fights him. The dude looks like he's in his 20s.
I mean, that is kind of a good point. I'm trying to think if there's
Where
a
the
number
fuck
of
is-
possibilities, but nothing I can think that was actually stated. It could be an effect of the
I think they.
blades, because
I don't know.
those blades do have the effect of summoning lightning, but the blades are usually a bit more complicated than that, each of them. Like I know the Executioner blade and the Sharkskin blade both have like a straightforward ability like that, like the lightning blades do, but they also have like 3 or 4 other peripheral abilities. Although it's not stated anymore, so it's just reckless speculation that maybe the lightning blades extend lifespan. Or maybe even they tie lifespan to another entity, so it's like so long as that person lives, you cannot age or something. I don't fucking know. The guy who had them was pretty obsessed with death and funerals. Maybe something about that was keeping him young. That's just reckless speculation and bullshit, though.
See.
Maybe he was one of the Jashan cultists. Secretly. And that's why he's killing people and doing the funerals.
Let's see.
God, I wish they'd, like, properly elaborated more on just that in general. Not just the Jashan, but just the supernatural, otherworldly beings that give you fucking magic outside of Chakra. Well, the Rabbit Queen was not the only outsider to come to that world.
I think what pissed me off, again, and now I'm going back to One Piece, was the Dynastones in the movies.
What the Dynastones do.
The Dynastones are weapons of mass destruction considered as the Marines' trump card. They were meant to protect the endpoints of the pirates in the New World. Protect the endpoints from pirates in the New World. However, it is possible for others to have access to them. Now, mind you, in the fucking movie, these things literally explode a goddamn island. Hold up. I even got the image. That. It fucking did that.
Alright.
And then, let me see. No, don't you dare. Where's the other image?
These images you're choosing are... Oh, that's why they're automatically zooming to 200% just to piss me off. Anyway.
I cannot find it. But then, of course, it says, oh, it's, oh, others have access to it. And I feel like this is secondary now. Where it's like, oh, if they're smaller, though, they can be used on, like, arrows and shit. Because I'd seen it later in the actual series where, like, one of Hancock's chicks or somebody like that from Amazon Lily had a fucking dinosaur at the end of the arrow. I'm like, what? Why do we have world-ending bomb on arrow when we were told that this thing gets access to oxygen? It go boom. No?
She's from the U.S. military.
Also, wasn't it like a smaller one?
It was. That's the only explanation. But even then, they said it's
like,
well,
it's like, yeah. Like this. Let's see. Astro, how you doing? It's literally a fucking nuke arrow.
I mean, one of that size is probably, like, I think the size matters.
still, it pisses me off that, like, yeah, that's exactly the thing. It's they
how did
show
she get
these
access
to be
it in the
such.
first place?
Yeah, not just that, but
Well-
also how you hype me up for how dangerous this thing is. Or I'm gonna put on bomb arrow.
I mean,
It's like taking a fucking nuke, then going like, okay, well, I'm gonna make it small so it's not as powerful. And look, now I have mini nuke. How cute!
welcome to Fallout.
I don't play Fallout.
Oh, well, there's the most popular and prevalent weapon in all of the Fallout games is called the Fat Man, which is a
Oh, that.
personnel-mounted mobile miniature
Never mind.
nuclear launcher
Yeah.
device. In Fallout 4, they even have super mutants called super mutant suiciders that carry mini nukes, the ammunition for the Fat Man, prime them, and then just run up to you and football slam them into the ground.
It just upsets me. It upsets me immensely.
What are y'all talking about?
One Piece.
Yeah, and I was talking about the Fat Man from Fallout.
Oh, okay. That's why I was hearing about nukes, and then you said One Piece, and I'm like, what? There are nukes in One Piece?
And
What?
Yeah,
This is about a show.
Stones from the movie with Zed.
And to be fair, miniature nuclear bombs are something that can be made and have been before.
Oh, my.
Hello,
I can't
Aster.
hear it. I will.
Hello, Aster. Can you hear us? Asteroa? Yeah, sure.
Give him a second, he's messing with something.
But yeah, I've had someone note before that like One Piece devil fruits usually follow like a kind of like a through line where it's like, oh yeah, these are like very sensible, like the interactions are understandable. But it's like during the filler where shit gets weird. Like the two that I could think of are like Queen Bee with her fluid fruit or whatever the hell it's called, where she can just make fluids, and you see her bathing, like full on bathing, and she's perfectly fine. And then there's the luck fruit.
Isn't it?
Fucking lucky
Aren't
bitch.
you-
I know who you're
It's
talking
like
about.
the most obscene thing I've ever seen.
It's
Where
film
she's
gold.
where she makes Sanji drop a cigarette onto his shirt, which catches fire instantly, which is not how fires work.
Unless there's
Yeah.
accelerant on the
it's
shirt,
One
but yeah.
Piece.
Like, unless that shirt is covered with fucking jet fuel, like, it should not catch fire that quickly.
Well, jet fuel doesn't
From a
ignite
cigarette.
that easily, but if you cover it in anything from ethanol to a fine dusting of gunpowder to, like, even things like gasoline, it will light up really fucking fast.
Like, not
No.
covered in cigarette.
It wasn't. It was just the whole shtick for
Oh,
keys that
I-
she
I would-
steals your luck.
I wasn't denying that he didn't have anything like that on his shirt, and that it was
You're
just a
just being
silly
pedantic.
cartoonish thing. Ugh.
That was film gold. That's actually that's the exact figure that I'm missing the arm for now.
My point is, it is possible for that to happen in a pirate ship setting where you will be handling black powder.
I'm checking I even checked my garbage can to make sure the arm didn't fall in there. For the life of me, I cannot find Luffy's arm.
Your cat take it?
What cat?
William just assumes
Yeah,
everyone
that
Oh,
has
it's the
a cat.
sisters.
You're,
That was the
your
sisters.
Oh yeah, that was the sisters. Anyways, like I will say, like that also features one of the dumbest feats I've ever seen in any anime, which is Usopp manages to Pat is such an amazing sniper that not only does he catch like a coin thrown at him by the lucky woman, but he manages to but he catches it in his
Bag.
kabuto, which which is about like the size of which is like a bag, has a bag at the end of it the size of like a large watermelon. The opening is like a foot wide, something like that. But it's like, yeah, that's not the most unbelievable part. The most unbelievable part is there's a slot machine in there, and he manages to catch it in the slot of the slot machine inside
fuck?
the bag.
Because the whole fight, the chick's just saying like, "Oh, I won't even have to touch you." She just keeps flipping a coin, and shit just keeps happening. What's that?
And then
What's
and then
that
he sh-
perpetual
and then he-
machine that things just keep falling into each other?
don't know. But yeah, then he shoots the slot machine at her, which like the arm turns itself or something. He hits
No,
the
no,
jackpot and it
she-
uses up all of her luck. And
No,
it's
no,
like,
no. They shot her with it, and she's like, "How did I get hit?" And then it shows when the bag opens that like she had hit the jackpot on the slot machine.
oh, that's adorable. Can I have some food? What's about motherfucking food? Look at that little baby. Look at that little baby.
Do you want some Parmesan?
Oh god.
Parmesan.
Oh yeah, me and some coworkers were talking about like commercials the other day, where it's like, oh yeah, this is the Fatty commercial, like that gray coupon commercial, where it was like two guys in Mercedes Benzes, and one's like, "Pardon me, do you have gray coupon?" And and the one guy just happens to have like a jar of it in his Mercedes for some reason.
What?
To be fair, that commercial was supposed to be funny.
And then there's the ambassador's ball. If anyone remembers that commercial,
The one with the Lindor truffles?
Ferrero Rocher.
Yeah, whatever they're called. Same thing, really.
One of the cheapest chocolates you can buy. Oh god.
Yeah.
Ferrero
No.
Rocher.
The fun fact,
Coffee with us.
some of the best chocolate I've ever had did not come from a fancy restaurant. It didn't come from Lind or Ferrero Rocher or whatever, Gordella or whatever it's called. None of that. At the Dollar General, they have a literacy fund chocolate. Costs $1. Best chocolate. Best dark chocolate on the market.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't usually like chocolate.
We are aware of your wrong opinion.
Yes.
And many
I'm sorry,
opinions
no,
are wrong, but yours
Uh,
will be an exception.
Yes.
no, I'm messing with you.
I'm not, because humans are actually, chemically prone to liking chocolate. Your opinion is
So your
wrong.
opinion is scientifically wrong.
Is definitively wrong.
I mean, there's also people who just don't like sugar, and that lights your brain up like fucking cocaine.
You don't need sugar in your chocolates.
What? Oh, wait, what the fuck? My 7-year-old was tapping away on my Mac tonight, and told me he was writing a book. I think you'll agree it's one hell of an opening. The Killer Forest. One day there were 7 pairs of underpants. They were not ordinary. They were evil.
Hot damn.
And then the murder
What?
started.
And then the what started?
And then the murder started.
I see.
You remember that one? Like
Yes.
from like a couple weeks ago? Make your second line, and then the murder started.
Ooh.
Does anyone here play Terraria?
And then the murder started.
No,
I have not played it now.
I tried it. Didn't like it.
It turns out I really don't like side scrollers. I've tried many of them. All of them have lost my interest. I do not know why.
Huh.
Case in point, Hollow Knight. I cannot find a single thing wrong with Hollow Knight, yet it cannot hold my interest.
Fair enough.
And no, that is not the reason, because there are plenty of games I cannot find a single, or a few games that I cannot find a single thing wrong with that do hold my interest just fine.
Let's see.
Hopefully we'll do this.
Once there were 4 children whose names were Peter, Susan, Edmund, and Lucy. And then the murder started. Call me Ishmael. And then the murder started.
I'm from Ishval.
Where
And then
else
the murder
am I
started.
Gone.
Payda's losing her mind.
Yes, because it's the first time any of my figurines have ever, like,
Lost a limb?
yes. Well, ones that weren't cheap. Or cheaply made, I should say.
Yesterday's heist was a complete disaster. An attempt was made on Duke Adrian's life in the middle of his speech, and the fist mobilized, locking the whole city down. And then the murders started.
Also,
It
I'm probably
is a
gonna have to
church.
go a bit early tonight because I have something to do tomorrow that has me waking up earlier in the morning than usual.
Fair enough.
Alright.
Alright, one last one. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. And then the murder started.
Oh man. I can't believe the incel killer is free.
Pride and Prejudice, actually.
The what?
Pride and Prejudice
Ah, yes.
by Jane Austen.
Mm.
Alright.
Anywho, who remembers what happened last session?
We promised for a while.
Well, we began our adventuring. I don't know why Nigel's here. We began our adventure.
Nigel, you've been with us all along?
I was actually stalking you all from behind. I was watching Fortune's ass. Now,
That's why the murder started.
then the murder started.
Fortune keeps me in the jar. Please help. I've heard this story before.
Oh god.
Hell, I'm trapped in the jar. She's kept me here for weeks. I need water.
No, Nigel.
No, Nigel, no complaining. No.
I've given you plenty of clues in there.
Oh no.
Oh god.
You look at that when you do your duties.
Anyways.
God damn it.
Beatings will continue until morale.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's still one of my favorite jokes ever. Beatings will continue until morale. Anyways.
The beatings will continue until morale improves, or you start to like it. Either way, it will become a motivator.
I mean, either way, morale will improve.
Yes.
But yes. Anyways, go ahead, Freaky.
So we
Beatings
began,
will continue until morale.
we began plotting our route because we need to figure out like which way is going to lead to the least amount of horrible screaming death. We had considered perhaps going the way the dwarves go, or areas of heavy traffic in general. We considered going a route that got us the farthest away from the dire zone, where the T-Rexes keep their existence. I don't know why I said it like that. In the end, we decided to go to the Fly You Fool Scraw zone, where the giant dire eagles exist. And, yes. And on our way through, we began to discover corpses. Many corpses. Corpses of many different animals of varying sizes. Each and every single one of them, not only with their necks snapped, but their heads mostly turned around completely, as if not only were they snapped with precision, but with extreme force.
And prejudice.
At that time of last session, we were scouting out with familiars, getting a look from a distance, trying to figure out what exactly we're dealing with here. And it was just when we decided, okay, let's actually approach, that we ended session. Here we are now.
No, you guys saw that it was going south, and you were going west, and you guys were like, all right, we'll send a familiar to like look, see how things go, but we're going to continue on our way.
No, I'm talking
Yeah.
about approaching.
So,
I'm talking about approaching
Sebastian-
the first bodies. Like we were going to approach some of the bodies first.
No, you had already investigated them.
I thought we
Yeah.
refused to go near them.
No,
Okay.
we investigated with familiars, then we went in ourselves, and then we decided, okay, let's. And then Sebastian sent his
The
shadow.
end of the session was you guys had found an old dwarf camp that had been used for a couple of decades.
Oh
With,
yeah, the cave with the battlements that we were gonna hang out in.
Palisades, yeah.
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 Yeah. Seed memory, yay. I have a search engine type memory. I get extensive information, but I need some seed memory to get it going.
But yes, that's pretty. Go ahead and give yourself a human inspiration.
Wow. Let's see if I have one already. No, haha.
It's because you gave it to somebody else finally, so that when you get it again.
I feel so blessed.
All right then. Yeah.
It's time for
guys,
everything.
You have you were starting a long rest. I don't know if you guys want to do watches. What do you guys want to do?
I'm sorry, everyone. I need to get to my job right now. No more questions. Goodbye. No.
Seabass will take one of the watches.
Fortune
He-
will say, "You all get some sleep. We'll take all of the watches."
No.
I
You need sleep too, Fortune.
no, I will not. I've not slept for weeks.
Yeah, that's an issue.
No, I mean I have not even wanted to.
I'll help with one of the watches.
If you
I've got good eyes.
If you insist.
Please. That's not how she functions.
Even you are aware that the magics of Chagall make me not have to sleep anymore, right?
Oh,
I told you
you
about
never
this.
said that. You never said that.
She told
And
she
you
told
know,
she told everyone about it on the boat. Like,
no, it's like you know.
All she
It's-
said was she didn't need to sleep. She didn't
Yeah.
tell anyone why.
Well, she said I don't need to sleep anymore ever, which. But I guess maybe she didn't tell him why.
But either way, Awen's reaction is just, I know you mentioned it, but when you're actually there and you see it, it's still very unnerving. But okay, I mean, I literally can't stop you. But
I get
at least humor us once in a blue mode. I think
it,
maybe.
one of you can stay up and do watch with me if you want. I'm simply saying you do not need to.
Yeah, because just because you don't need sleep doesn't mean you don't need company. That's how you
No,
gotta
I'm just
say.
thinking about Awen and Fortune the same way with Gohan's teacher in the Abridged series, but instead of learn, it's
What?
sleep,
What?
sleep. Awen feeding Fortune until it's all this.
Meanwhile, Fortune is sitting there, not having to sleep, sitting on top of a construct that does not need to sleep, with another construct on her shoulder that does not need to sleep.
Well, if they're constructs, you are not a construct.
Not yet.
But yeah, if you're wondering
Not
what it is,
yet.
I have aspect of the moon now.
Yes.
Shakal told me I'm not allowed to sleep anymore.
Bit of a paperwork.
It is! That's actually why I took that. I said, I don't know what to get, but this is good for paperwork. Drakal would totally say, well, you're getting this since you don't know what to get.
Anyways, so yes, Fortune is like watching over all, like taking all the watches. Is anyone else like taking any other watches? Anyone else?
I'll take a watch.
All right, which one are you taking?
Um,
I'll take the Rolex with the green front.
how
Anyways,
our watch is like 2 hours or 3 hours or something.
2 hours each.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll take 12 to 2, I guess.
Okay.
Fortune said she's doing the
Payday?
watches, but she's actually helping Zapper.
You taking a watch, Payday?
You know what? No.
Huh.
If she's gonna say that she can do it, then she'll believe that she can do it.
Okay. Are you taking one?
Do you want to trust the weird devil woman to do all the watches while you sleep? PR?
Yeah. Oh my god, I think Comic Book having like,
Yeah, damn it.
Yeah, Michael.
Yes, Awen, it's been very weird, because Awen's like an early bird, right? She strikes me as one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
relatively. You know, mind you, she's a mess in the morning, but she gets.
Every time Awen has gotten up
there
for the
is.
last, 2 weeks, Fortune has already been awake and was in the middle of doing something. I want you to consider, this was during Nigel's stay as well. Did you watch me sleep all night? Yes, I did.
But yes. Comic Book, yeah.
Chemical.
Comical?
Oh, he just popped back into Roll20. He might be alive.
He left and came back in Discord.
Yeah.
Not talking yet.
Give him a minute.
Yeah.
So guys, you think we're gonna die horribly to a dire T-Rex?
Nah, not T-Rex. Probably gonna be something
all of
lesser
it.
than that.
It's gonna be the dire rock grubs, for sure.
Oh god.
Oh yeah, the last thing we did last session was remove leeches from lizards.
Yeah, we did.
Big ones.
Yeah.
Huge leeches.
God, yeah, they're like the size of what was it? Like Fortune's head?
Like this.
Like
Something
a
that, yeah.
volleyball stretched out or something, yeah.
Oh, that's fucking horrifying.
Yes.
And you guys learned the horrific ways of like how a leech defends itself.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the blood vomit.
It vomits into your open wound.
Yay.
Hey, I was just thinking of the leech guy from fucking Hunter x Hunter. The Shadow Beast.
Yeah.
So here's what you do. You very gently lift the leech upward so that it doesn't immediately panic. while holding it straight up, and then with a very sharp knife, swing. Done.
Oh, right. During that scene, William, Freaky saw Uvo just bite that guy's face off, and the first thing
Oh, yeah.
Freaky says is, "That's my boy."
I'm proud of you. He did the thing. He did the thing that everyone who gets in that situation should fucking do.
Oh, oh god, that was so
He
brutal.
bite of 87'd him.
Yeah, we're having a tough time with the Antark.
Yeah, so the Antark and the arc before, so Greed Island was going great until the bomber plot came in with a bunch of fucking plot contrived bullshit and a antagonist with plot armor. And then the Antark came in again with just plot contrivance bullshit. Where it's just like, ah yes, they're developing Nen, even though there's been no talk of any powerful Nen users being consumed by the Queen up to that point. And when they finally do show powerful Nen users being killed by, or not even killed by the army, gathered by them to be eaten by the Queen, it's after they've already done that. And then they start like showing the first signs of developing Nen, but it's already been so deep into it that they already have it, so what the fuck is happening? Also, if they didn't have Nen up to that point, why didn't every single one of them that ended up in a fight with a Nen user, or even in the same room as a Nen user, in any sort of aggressive capacity, die? Because remember the
Dude, I
whole
think
aura
it's
thing
only-
from the corridor?
Because the battle tower showed off the whole aggressive Nen standing like in a
Yeah, the corridor of death.
storm thing.
I don't really remember, but I think the only Nen user, like the first Nen user they ran into was like the arrow guy.
It was, and that was after they already, for some reason, were gaining Nen abilities, because they were able to see his arrows, so they just had Gyo. And they just had perpetual Gyo, and moving on.
Yeah, that was what, like, not like that, like that episode of like the was what completely turned me off to Hunter x Hunter. I was like kind of like I was kind of not feeling it before that, but just watching the one beetle thing like cackle.
Oh, we
as
didn't
it just
get
unloaded
that
and
far
it
yet. We
fired.
didn't get that far yet. We didn't get to cat person.
No, the beetle person cackle.
Oh, the beetle person cackle.
Yeah, it just as he just unloads like 2 full clips into Homo. I was just like, this is just
Oh, I
pointless.
was-
like why?
I was very mad about that too, because like, why did you build that character up so much a couple of arcs ago and do all of this other build up only to throw that character away completely artificially? Because where did all the competence from the Hunter exam go? No combative abilities, no defensive techniques, no extreme running speed or endurance that you would have to have had in order to get through the Hunter exam in the first place. Remember, she ran the fucking 80 kilometers with everyone else.
Hey.
How did the bugs
And
ever catch up to her?
I think the one bug was in front of her. Like,
Yeah.
and anyways, but yeah, like that scene where it's like, okay, this is just dark for the sake of being dark, and but the one that like pissed me off the most was like the king dude, where it's like, oh, he was a child and he learned to sleep completely still, because anytime he would move,
Oh,
the bed
yeah.
would squeak, and his father kicked
They
kicked
told the
bed
backstory
underneath
and then he was already dead, yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, what was the point of this long sad
Yeah.
backstory for a
Adding.
character we never see and is already dead by the time it, the
Yeah, that always threw me off too. I was just kind of
this
pissy
is
about this.
literally pointless. It's
Yeah.
just dark for the sake of being dark.
Yeah, that one I didn't care about as much because I'm like, this is padding. I understand this is padding. This is all throwaway. I can ignore this if I want. But the one with the beehive girl, they did every single thing to start that character for a plotline, for an arc, and then just shut down the arc.
Also, like, she doesn't have Nen.
She does.
Like, nothing.
She does have Nen. She actually uses it in the arc. They show her use Nen abilities.
I don't remember. It was
Yeah, and she
I
talks
stopped
about her
watching
Nen
Hunter x Hunter
abilities.
years ago.
Yeah. Just completely thrown away for nothing. Like, that was a complete narrative waste. Like, even the whole, like, shooting her for the dramatic effect and shock factor was not executed properly for the narrative. Complete throwaway.
Anyway,
I liked it.
Comical, you good?
Like, killing her.
Hello, my love. Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yep.
Okay. I've just been waiting for you people to stop talking about I don't know what that anime is.
We were talking because we were waiting for you to tell us you were good.
My point is, it's better to kill a character off screen if you care that little.
Anyway,
I said in the Archon chat. I don't.
And again,
that's
like,
not my-
oh, what happened to her? Oh, she died 2 days ago. What?
But yeah, welcome back, Comical.
Sage,
yes. What's happening?
Is Pierre gonna take any watches?
Are you gonna trust
Uh,
the devil woman to take all the watches?
Zay
I'm
wouldn't
gonna-
sleep through it all.
I'm gonna take some watches because I can.
Okay. Let's see. Fortune is gonna go through all four, and Sebastian is taking second watch. Which watch is Pierre gonna take?
I guess the third watch. So how many watches are we having?
4.
4. Yes, I'll take the third.
Okay.
The third and fourth. If nobody's taking the fourth one.
You can take one.
Okay.
Yeah. Everyone
Actually,
else
you're
who is
not,
taking a
aren't you?
watch, you are
You're
getting the
not,
help.
aren't you?
What?
Pierre is an elf, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you actually can do that. So you only require a trance for 4 hours. Then yeah, to light activity like taking watch for the next. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fine.
Everyone who's taking watch, please take a free help action from the little tiny flying zapper bot.
Okay then. Advantage. Yeah, and my perception is a plus, so I'm doing
yes.
good. I'm pretty good at this.
Yes, Sebastian, roll a perception. Pierre, please roll a 2. And Fortune, roll 1.
Hold on.
Fortune lied. She's not taking watch. She's actually reading the Clockwork Manifesto while Zapper gets the help action from the War Thunder that takes watch.
Does the War Thunder have proficiency?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why, but I'm just thinking about that one, the YouTube, the one short where it's like, it's a military aircraft, or it's a military, it's a U.S. Navy boat, and it's like, and the caption is when you nearly let the bad thoughts win, and you see the turret on the boat just locking on to a 747 or something.
Oh no.
And all the and all the sailors around are just like, oh no, oh no, oh no.
The intrusive thoughts.
Yeah.
I remember that. I remember seeing that. I know what you're talking about.
Too bad.
I saw a bunch of reaction videos of like soldiers like watching that video of the turret automatically locking onto a civilian aircraft, and every single one of them, like, you could see them like clench like at nearly the same point where it's like, oh no.
You see them all realizing, oh.
Anyways, so yes.
You know, when
So 25, 20, 25, and 26.
William,
Yes.
what kind of wacky tacky plant life is there around here? Is there anything Fortune recognizes? Anything useful for making of potions? Any bioluminescent plants? Giant fireflies? Anything like that?
Roll a nature.
Sebastian and Pierre would probably know, like, what
Nature or
potion
survival.
ingredient.
Yeah, but she's doing this while
Yeah, but yeah, especially.
she's doing this while you guys are watching.
Yeah, roll a nature or survival check.
Yeah.
Ricky.
This is more Fortune just getting a feel for what's going on here. Like, are there plants that are familiar from other parts of the world, or is this all unique stuff, or is this just bigger stuff of normal jungle environment plants?
So 18. Fortune. This place is now that you've like stop, think about it, like get some rest, just looking out into the forest. This place is fucking weird. Like, there's plants from like 4 or 5 different biomes in this place.
Oh.
You see jungle, trees, you see flowers that grow on grasslands, you see like forests, you see bugs that live in like temperate forests, you see a few animals that, that thing should live in the Arctic. What the fuck is it doing in a jungle?
Oh god.
It looks like someone took like 4 or 5 different types of environments and just mixed and matched flashcards.
Does any of this look similar to wilderness areas in, what was it called, Elysium, where we met? Just Mount Celeste. No, we didn't go to Mount Celeste. We just went to Elysium. To Elysium. Like any signs of behavior in the animals or plant life that appears to coincide with the higher planes. I'm checking for connections to the positive energy plane. I guess the better way I should word that.
Like what out of character, like what kind of behaviors would those be?
Basically, she's looking for signs of like animals being complicit in their own like death for the sustenance of the overall environment. She's looking for plant life growing in areas that plants shouldn't really be able to grow, like such as sand, which would usually not be nutritious soil. Signs of like plants specifically seeming to avoid growing over other plants that would cause them to not get sunlight. Things like that. Is there an
no.
overactive sense of harmony? Okay.
No.
Is there signs of plants growing in places that should be impossible for them, such as a very sun-requiring plant growing in darkness? Or what would be total shade, not darkness.
There are some signs like that, yes. Like
Okay.
the trees are very, very large, which means they have very, very large canopy.
So there's signs
Like,
of... Go ahead.
You've spent like most of the day like in at most dim light today.
So there's signs of plants, like not only growing normally large, but also being able to thrive in places that should just kill them.
Yes.
Okay.
That or like should very severely hamper their like ability to grow.
She's gonna run a little test here with Toll the Dead, see how these
Fire.
plants... No, with Toll the Dead to see how these plants react to negative energy.
Okay.
Any like odd reactions from the plants, like soaking up more of the damage than they should be, or do they just curl up and die immediately like they probably should, or does there appear to be any, how do I put this, abnormal levels of resistance for a plant of its size kind of deal?
I'll say that like you will note that while a lot of the larger the plants are larger, you hit like a bush with Toll the Dead. I always said dish for some reason. I
Told
don't
the
know why.
dish.
No, I said
Delicious.
you hit a dish with Toll the Dead.
Oh no. That dish is now
You
clean.
you hit a bush with Toll the Dead, and it just dies. You hit one of the trees with Toll the Dead, and a good portion of it turns gray, but the sheer size of the tree kind of resists your Toll the Dead.
Yeah. Well, that would have been pointless. She'd be over something that she supposedly should be able to instantly liquefy, but it's fine.
Yeah, you will note that there is some resistance, but it's something that could probably be chalked up to just the sheer size of the plants.
Okay.
Everything does wither and die as you Toll the Dead, but it's just mildly harder than a normal plant.
She's gonna try casting Summon Undead. A moment.
Okay.
Yeah, that. One moment. Roll 20, please. Where is Undead Spirit? I need it. I need it. I need it right now. I need to see if I can communicate with this damn thing. And ask it if this place feels wrong. I know it's in Kret's stuff. Where the fuck? Oh, there it is. Why was that minimized? I minimized it earlier like an idiot. Yeah. So... understands languages but cannot. Oh no, understands languages you speak. So I can communicate with it. Okay. Hope it has 4 intelligence, for fuck's sake. I guess it can't speak. Well, that plan might not have worked, because
Or it can, but it's just very stupid.
well, the problem is I have no proper way to communicate with it. No, that plan just doesn't work, because I can't really ask it anything. I don't really have ways to, test if it... I guess maybe I can. I don't know, is 4 intelligence for enough for it to get across simple concepts?
I'd say yes.
Alright, so she'll cast Undead Spirit, the ghostly undead, and just have it do some incorporeal passages through various trees and other wildlife, and making physical contacts with things. And the order is, let me know if any of it feels wrong or extremely resistant to you. I guess is a better way to put it.
Okay. Which watch are you doing this during?
This is just her overnight activities, so probably around 2nd watch she's gotten to this part. About 2.5 hours in.
So Sebastian, you just noticed Fortune summon a ghost, and then it just goes into the forest.
Yeah. It looks to be a skeleton in a set of flowing purple oversized robes, but it's ghostly and see-through and just sort of floating there. It's the Skull Servant. It's carrying a book in one hand and a quill in the other. The book is open. Humanoid skeleton.
But yes, do you do anything?
What's with the ghost?
I'm testing to see if there's an abnormal amount of positive energy in this place beyond what it should be. Do you know of elemental vertices?
Elemental what? Out of character.
Elemental vertices, it's basically areas where the elemental planes overlap with the material plane and just cause that element to overflow in the area and pour into it. So a water one would just be like this random hole in reality, just oozing water. One of like earth would just cause places to become very abundant in minerals and become particularly rocky. And, you know, air would create
Mhm.
great winds and extreme levels of oxidation and things like that.
Mhm.
That sort of thing.
Yeah.
Fire, you know.
You guys have
flames.
actually, out of character, yeah, the group has run into
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 of them at this point.
Yeah, we saw one on the boat ride before we met the False Hydra, and I got very worried because that seems like a great way for an aboleth to get into the material plane.
Funky.
You know,
Yeah, I'd say Sebastian probably knows about that.
Probably.
he's probably heard about it, because if there ever was an elemental vertice, this place screams it.
Hmm. Yeah.
Well, you know earth, fire, water, air. The positive and negative planes are technically elemental planes, and they can have their own vertices. Also, they're exceedingly rare. I am thinking perhaps there's a positive vertice here.
Huh. That would explain some things, but
It could also be like the para-elemental plane of, I believe it's ooze, which is positive and earth. Because it's not just ooze, it's various growths and sludges and things.
I will, out of character, remind you that you were told by Pierre that there does seem to be a weird concentration of transmutation magic over the island.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's probably what's making everything weirdly big, or part of it.
It
Or it's the effects.
It probably is, but that doesn't mean the transmutation magic is the only factor. Gotta
I will
cover your
say
bases.
I will say like the transmutation magic was only noticeable recently, like
Yeah.
which is like roughly around the same time that the animals started getting aggressive.
By the way, we are having this conversation over many sounds.
Oh,
yeah.
But I believe perhaps there could be a positive vertice. I'm testing for that right now.
Good theory.
We'll see if it's right. I'm sure any theory I come up with, the people who have been studying here for a while have thought of it before. I didn't really have time to...
That's an excellent way to stop thinking.
I did not really have time to sit down and read all of their records, so I do have to consider the possibility.
We haven't had much in the way of research here. Our closest we have is Pierre.
You're getting like a head turn and rapid blinking. What? What?
Me and Pierre have been doing what we can. I've helped where I can, which is admittedly not very often, but it hasn't necessarily been a priority. The higher-ups are more concerned with what we can get, rather than where it all came from.
Is there some sort of ban on it? Because I'm having trouble believing that the moment any circle of druids or ecologists or entomologists or anything catch wind of this place, they would swarm here.
People don't generally want to be here. Can't imagine why.
I am just saying.
At this point, you hear something familiar. Because it sounds like you're familiar.
Oh, like a construct?
Does a no, a
A
bat.
bunch of bats.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Does a 25 hit your shade?
Does it hit what?
Does it a 25 hit your undead?
Oh, yes, the undead, for sure. They said a shade. The shades aren't undead, they're infernals.
That's my thing.
Let's see.
Oh, actually, speaking of which, I should recall it sometime, probably in the morning.
Let's see.
Surprised the bat didn't go for the grasshopper.
It can't see your fucking grasshopper.
It's going for the free-floating, dull green vapor.
Let's see. Let's see. Your shade, or your undead thing, will take 12 points of damage.
One moment, let me go.
Your miscellaneous undead summon.
Undead slave, yes.
Huh.
So,
Let's see.
so
Specifically,
it has
piercing
47.
damage. Let's see. It's very specifically, it takes 12 piercing damage as it tries to. You just hear this like very loud flappiness. Not very loud, but much louder than you're used to, flapping of wings, and then you hear the bat screech. A few seconds later, you hear the flapping of wings, and then you just see this rather large shadow, like through the trees, just impacting your undead.
For fuck's sake.
Let's see. Let's just do something very quickly. Okay. Let's see. Seeing that it did not get a kill, more or less.
It tastes no meat. Only pain.
Yes. It doesn't taste any meat. In fact, yeah, with it being a spectral undead, it probably either doesn't taste like anything or tastes rather bad. It's just gonna fly off, fly away.
Ectoplasm.
Yes.
Alright, that was odd. Yeah, its fortune was fumbling to get a short bow out.
Yes.
Sebastian has hand axes out.
Then realizes,
Thankfully,
oh, that's pointless. I already have a better short bow.
It's called Jesus, brother.
No.
The only drug I need is G.O.D., brother.
G.O.D. No, I have Eldritch Blast. But I don't have Agonizing Blast, so I guess maybe the short bow would be better.
I prefer Baja Blast.
Too sugary.
Yeah, I actually don't particularly care for Baja Blast. My brother loves that crap. He goes to Taco Bell just for Baja Blast.
Yeah, well, they sell it in bottles now. We have it at my Ingles that I work at.
Yeah. Anyways. But, yes. Yeah, this bat was big.
It was...
Probably got like a...
It's like a vulture-sized bat.
Like you've seen giant bats, which are large-sized creatures. This thing is was a little bit bigger than that.
Oh god.
Dire bats.
Dire bats.
Think about the size of a giant dire bat.
I know, right?
Look at freaking 20
Or a
foot
dire
ones.
giant bat?
Anyways. But yes. Fortune, you just watched as like just a random bat seemingly tried to eat your undead, your summon undead. Did some damage, but not nearly enough to pop it.
Yeah.
It just flew off.
The 12 of its 40. Yeah, it's like 47 HP.
But yes. About that. Anyways, they're the two of your turn.
Alright, well. Now I'm not sure if I. Just considering if she has. No, she does not have Tiny Hut. What were we saying? It was.
You were asking about the like why didn't having like ecologists or druids or anything come here?
Yeah. This place would be
Yeah.
absolutely swarmed by researchers and people of interest.
I don't think any researchers necessarily want to be here. No matter how interesting the research may be.
There are people braving the deserts of Pustinia for research. Fortune now suspects some sort of conspiracy.
Is there any particular reason that there are no researchers around here?
There
I
are
mean, I am.
some like mostly like the IAG and the druids, or not IAG and the dwarves. But like the single biggest thing is like, this place is just really, really fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, I was
That's the there's also like this place is considered like part of the dwarven nation.
Yeah.
The dwarves have claimed this place, and isolationists.
Do you have any idea how much the dwarves love natural resources?
Yeah, this is the dwarves' place, so most people are like, all right, we don't want to piss off the dwarves. So they come here regularly.
I'm surprised the dwarves aren't stripping this place down.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But
Well, Sebastian.
They do,
Hmm?
but not like like a single tree in this place is like you can make a lot of shit with a single tree in this place. And
Yeah.
B, it's seen as like extremely valuable as like a training tool for soldiers and things like that. So they don't want to like damage the place and risk like losing their proving ground.
right.
Alright, in that case, Sebastian will change his answer a bit. A couple researchers here and there, but dwarves don't want to ruin the training ground, and we don't want to ruin the forest.
Piss off the dwarves.
I'll have to ask them about it. Alright. Well. Oh, no. No! Not dire purple worm. For now, I guess I'll just get back to my tests and try to be a bit more aware of what's going on.
Oh my god.
What?
Dire owl bear.
Eh. You're
It's
saying...
so big and fluffy.
Yeah, but then there's dire purple worm.
Oh,
Dire red dragon.
dire Tarask.
Oh god. Dire giraffe.
Just... It finally happened. The flight
We're all
mass-
doomed.
Dire lich, so just a giant. Just
I
a
was
giant
literally
lich.
just thinking that.
Well, I mean, it has to be a beast, yeah?
No.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't have to be a beast to be a diary.
Almost anything that is like quote unquote naturally occurring can be a dire variant.
Dire human.
Yeah, like dire and kegs and things. Yeah.
Dire honey
Yeah.
badger.
Like Burra the giant counts as a dire human.
Oh, apparently there are dire trolls.
Yeah. Like monstrosities, giants, anything can be dire.
Dire mimic.
Yeah. Exactly. Dire mimic is a thing. It's just a large sized mimic though, but yeah.
Anything. So it's
Anything can be dire. But yeah, so Fortune's just gonna continue her tests, seeing if there's signs of like exorbitant levels of positive energy here, as if there could be a positive vertice or anything of that nature. Like, is there more than what should be in life of this size?
there does seem to be like higher levels than there probably should be, but not enough to suggest a vertice. It's
Yeah.
just
Any
like
signs?
if instead of like 100%, it's like 115%.
Yeah. And the
Where
undead.
a vertice would be like 230 or something.
Oh god. And the undead isn't experiencing any effects of like consecrated land or anything like that.
It's probably slightly annoyed by these slightly elevated levels of
Yeah.
positive energy, but no, nothing like that.
Okay. I got nothing, guys. I tried.
Huh.
Well, I have nothing. There
You
is-
tried so hard, you got so far. But in the end, it didn't even matter.
There are heightened levels of positive energy here. More so than things of this size would generate. You're cutting out so bad, William.
What? Hold on, everyone's lagging out for me.
Oh god. We are experiencing technical difficulties. Oh god, it's Discord.
Is it just me? Ah.
Okay. Let's see. Testing. Okay. Stream's going good. Going alright. Going well. Yeah, it's just Discord. No! Ooh. Looks good over here.
Yeah? Nope, I can't even... It's stuck on connecting.
Let's see. How we doing now?
Hey,
Ayo.
Hello.
Yes.
I don't know why, but right now I'm just thinking about that. The God, you accidentally strangling a monster because of how plump she was.
Oh, yeah. 'Cause the dragon did not quite anticipate her waistline, you see.
It's just, I don't know why that's so adorable to me. Just her being embarrassed about how plump she used to be.
Trying to get swallowed by a monster, but I'm dummy thick and it's suffocating to death.
uh, you're just self-conscious about.
I mean, if you're worried about your weight and you have to live with the fact that you legitimately suffocated a living thing to death
Because of
with
your
your
weight.
ass because it, like, tried to swallow you but just couldn't.
And
That-
like the
Honestly,
fact
take the
that-
fucking compliment. It just means you have a fat ass.
And also the fact that like she literally rolled down a hill like a ball when she was a baby.
Yep. It's always fun to write, like, was it prior fatness into a character. I tried to fluctuate Fortune's weight throughout this campaign.
Yeah, I remember you said she gained like 30 pounds like over the course of that 6 months with the dwarves.
Yeah, Fortune cannot be trusted with access to good food and no source of major exercise.
Fortune needs someone to watch.
I eat my bad feelings.
Yeah.
The bad thoughts come and I have a tasty bowl of ice cream.
I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm happy because I eat.
Oh.
You just soil yourself, maybe. God damn it, I have so many movies I need to watching them.
One day, when we start doing the one-shots, I gotta expose you guys to the Monument of Sin. That's gonna be a dark day.
Let's see.
Hello?
There
Yeah.
it is. Payday's still.
Yeah, it took. I think Payday's gone. I don't know where she is. But yeah, mine had. It's just my Discord. It just usually takes a while for me
It was
to change channels.
It was everyone's Discord.
This is just normal for me.
Yeah,
It's just
entire
shit.
chat.
It just shit the bed completely. Anyways, so yes.
That's all I
there's
could
that-
find out.
There's slightly elevated levels. As I said, the oh Jesus.
This would be a fantastic place to do farming and foraging. I could probably find immense amounts of potion ingredients here.
Yeah, which is exactly what the IAG is here for.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I mean, look over here. You see this? This plant here? Is this
Do I?
Yeah, she's pointing at a huge plant that's growing like next to a rock, just like towards the edge of our campfire's range.
Does Sebastian would probably know most of the potion ingredients in this place.
You probably would recognize this root. This is a Nara root.
Hmm.
In particular, this is enough Nara root to sanitize an entire city for a day.
Yep.
You know Nara root is a popular contraceptive.
He'd probably point out a couple potion ingredients, like, in our immediate vicinity. Like,
What's it called? Naruto?
Nara root.
No, Nara roots.
Yeah. Let me go get the thing.
Huh.
Yeah, I was reading about Forgotten Realms plants, and that was one of them.
Neat.
No, not Naruto root. Naruto.
you were like a living lore dump.
I do tend to go on like 3-hour wiki dives for funsies, yes. I'm literally sitting on the toilet at work after lunch every day.
God, what do you eat if you're on the toilet for 3
Uh,
hours?
Not 3 hours. No. More like 28 minutes. Which is not much better, but you know.
I've been there.
Yeah, it turns out the ulcers did just something to me. And I'm afraid to see a gastroenterologist about it.
I think they're afraid to see you.
Oh no, it's him. It's the guy with the defective ass.
But yes, anyways.
That shit rocks. No.
I am going to shit yourself.
I am going to shit yourself.
It's my favorite quote.
Is there... So Fortune will get out like a trowel and start like
How
trying to...
dare you? How dare you make me bleed my own blood?
My own blood. And try and dig through the plant matter to get to the actual soil.
Yeah.
She'll then get out her alchemist supplies and some of the acids she has and see if she can actually test for metal deposits. I guess is the best way to put it. She's trying to make metal oxides from just the soil. Like testing for, I guess, iron content specifically. Like, is there an extreme iron content in the soil? Does the soil appear to contain more minerals than it should? I eventually get there. I eventually figure out why I'm doing these things and articulate it. I'm smarter than my own brain.
Sorry, give me a second.
The reason I have trouble shitting is because I'm repurposing my nervous tissue in my stomach and intestines for thought.
Yeah. You would note that it's like the soil here is rather, it's very dark soil. Like almost black.
Yeah, like good quality planting soil.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let's see. Yes.
Yeah, basically.
As you do it, you would note that no, there's just what seems to be a normal level of iron, and
which is undetectable amounts, yeah.
probably is like very negligible amounts of iron in
Yeah.
the soil.
Alright. Is there any rock? Oh yeah, we're actually in a little cave. Fortune's gonna, like, turn on her little light, her little, do I actually have the... No, she's gonna use Arcane Tink. Or no, I have a lantern. Turn on her lantern, use that, and just go a little bit deeper into the cave with, like, a little chisel and hammer, and, like, find a...
Doesn't really go all that far.
Yeah.
Maybe about 50 feet.
She's looking for ore deposits, if there's anything of that nature.
I will note that this is a like old dwarven camp, so if there were like actual deposits of ore, that probably would have been taken
Okay.
a while. Yeah.
Okay, that'll work. Any signs of somebody mining for ore?
Let's see. Let's see. There are signs of people like
Prospecting.
you would note like there are signs of people checking for ores.
Yeah.
Like very you note like what looks to be like little cubes taken out of the walls in various places. Like very obviously people testing like the quality and composition of the stone with them.
Yeah. Well, you know, gotta join them. Any signs of the rock formations in this area being excessively high in ore?
I'll say roll a nature check with advantage.
Got it.
Or a smithing tools check with
Also
intelligence.
acceptable. Okay, so Fortune's gonna do the tried and tested method, the dwarven go-to method of knowing if stone has ore.
Lick the wall.
Chip a little bit off the wall and then lick it.
Fortune tries to lick the wall, forgets that she's wearing a helmet, and just clunk against the wall of the cave.
She pauses for a moment. I cannot believe I did that. Takes the helmet off and then licks the wall. Oh wait, no, we're camping for the night. She doesn't have her armor on right now. Because she's been wearing it all
she
day.
does have that. She has
Just
the helmet on.
PTSD from the false Hydra. Yes.
Fortune has nothing but socks and a helmet on.
Nothing but socks and a helmet.
I don't know why that's the joke I decided to make.
It's the way Ball Buddy draws the chosen undead, where it's just the helmet and nothing else.
Yeah.
Rippling physique helmet.
Oh god.
I love it.
With the great claw.
I love using that look. I actually, in Dark Souls 2, I have a Brave Knight, which I made just, beefed up as hell. And I put on
Doesn't he also just use the the Skyrim guard helmet for some reason?
No, it's
he
just a bucket
he uses
helmet.
the bucket helmet.
Yeah. And
anyways,
yeah, I did a Dark Souls 2 build of that, so shirtless guy in pants with gloves and helmet. Punch.
Yes, you would note that there seems to be like some striation of iron, but not an it would it's
No Stone's Mind level Earth node bullshittery.
no.
Okay.
No. I would say this would be the level of iron in this place is like in this cave you could probably get a couple of swords out of the amount of iron. It's just not enough to justify pulling it out of the ground.
Yeah. Which technically that makes this a low yield iron mine, but yeah. Still. I'll have to test a few more caves in the area. We may have just gotten lucky, but there is actually a viable amount of iron in this. I don't know if that's common, though. As we travel, I'll want to test a few more areas, but it could be earth nodes. Extremely potent soil.
Have we done any research on this?
I will note that the soil being so dark and high quality means that there's a lot of organic material in it.
Yeah, exactly. Good quality soil.
Yeah. You guys have checked for you guys probably have checked for something like that with any connections to the elemental planes. A lot, you guys would have noted that the levels of nearly everything are elevated. Everything except for wind and fire energies.
Flames behave normally, and so does air.
The levels of earth energy, the levels of water energy, levels of life and death energies, they're all slightly elevated.
Oh no, it's energies. That's actually good with everything else being elevated.
Yeah. It's not elevated to the point of here's a vertice, or
there's no sign of
Shadowfell or anything like that.
There's no sign of spontaneous undead formation or anything. It's just the number of things dying because of the number of things living made the death energy go up kind of deal.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah. It's like a city versus an open plains death energy.
Yes.
But
yeah, a good number of things, the magical energies in this place are elevated, but it seems to be balanced out more or less.
Yeah,
Except
sea
for
bass
the-
would.
except for fire and air, like those two are. Weirdly enough, you would have noted that the fire energy is actually down. Like that, the amount of fire elemental energy in this place is like to use like a percentage again, instead of 100, it's at like 92.
Hmm. I
No
don't.
fading.
No payday.
I don't really know what to make of this. It could be a divine blessing. It could be just a bunch of vertices. Fey magic? I have nothing.
I would go against a bunch of vertices. It doesn't seem of that nature. But, of course, we're still conducting research.
I'd almost say a pool of radiance, but it would need something else to make it have this specific effect.
Yes. This place... It's strange.
Well, if we're here long enough, maybe I'll be able to find something particularly interesting and, I don't know, make a potion or something.
Alright. You guys have anything else during the watch, or?
I did all my
No, I don't think I'm gonna... I don't think I'm gonna bring back my shadow till the morning.
Okay.
Well, guys, it took me an hour, but I found out that the DM did not have anything fancy to tell us.
I feel
okay,
like you always have something some fancier lore than the DM.
I'm like, William
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
is trying to tell us something about this island. I'm gonna poke around, I'm gonna mess with things.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Last session, Fortune came to a horrific and extremely existential realization.
Yeah, she's trying
Yep.
not to think about the scattering of countless mirrored souls coming together into a river, making the firmament.
How much of Fortune is still Fortune? And how much of it is parts of other fortunes?
That's a great question. Well, we appear to still be on the same timeline as far as I can tell. Sort of, in a way, technically.
How many of the people Fortune knows and loves are the same person?
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
Gonna have to check on Craig's but luckily, he was probably constant.
except the ones where he never came back to life.
True. But she's called
Anyways.
him since the time thing and he's still there, so... Haha.
But yes. So, you guys have your long rest. And your shadow will reappear during the during the long rest.
Oh.
Sebastian. And it will tell you that it found like where the drag marks in. They ended at a statue. A statue that was surrounded by about 15 corpses, each with broken necks.
You know where it is.
It will. Yes, it does.
Good. Keep that in mind. If we don't get to it now, we'll get to it after the mission.
The peanut.
It's not a peanut anymore.
True, the rebar creature that is not as good of a design.
The non-stolen design. Yes.
Yeah. There's still better ways they could have did that.
Anyway,
It's not as iconic, William.
the peanut. I don't know why that's so funny to me. Just that image of the thing standing in a corner, shit, like with his like weirdly tiny ass.
Hmm.
Anyways. So yes, everybody.
Everybody.
Now I'm just thinking
Yes.
about. Now I'm just thinking about Cleveland on tour with those guys. Everybody. Anyways. So yes, do you guys wish to keep going forward?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody get your water breathing.
Okay.
Yes. And yes. So, what is the marching order? Is it the
I
same as
believe
last
it would
time?
be the same. Yeah. There hasn't been a reason to change it just yet.
Alrighty then.
Plate back on.
Lovely.
I'm gonna upgrade this to Dwarven plate at some point.
Fair enough.
Oh, I love
Uh,
Dwarven Plate.
Can everybody please roll a d20 for me?
Oh no.
Oh. Do I have to?
Yes.
Wow, you guys rolled pretty high.
I feel like every time you ask us to do this, we're like this
William.
this much closer to death.
In what world is 4 high?
I mean, 19, 17, 17. Those are pretty decent numbers. Yeah, you kind of bring down the average of that 4, but still.
Come on, Payday, stop bringing down the average.
Jeez,
Anyways.
Aylin, wait till you bring down the average.
God damn.
You guys,
Pathetic.
you guys will find something. Within like an hour, within an hour of leaving, you guys find a deer, which is on the ground. It's alive. Not very happy, but
Not very
it's
happy to
just-
be alive.
Yeah, it's kind of writhing. It looks like it's in a lot of pain. It looks like it's having difficulties breathing. There's
By the way,
no
Hmm?
notable marks of anything, of like any wounds to it. Like there's some blood coming out of its mouth, but look,
Hmm. Oh,
by the
Oh,
are we going
my.
to? Do we want to go to that statue my shadow found?
I mean, I'm pretty
Well,
sure it's
we
a
are-
golem, so no.
we're already on our way doing this, but we will check that out later if it didn't move.
it is quite far in like nearly the opposite direction of where you're going.
Yeah, all right. So we'll check that out later.
Mr. Hugh, you do. Yeah, can you please like mark the trail where your shadow went and to the statue, just for future reference? Could help.
Yeah. Do
You
we have a
are
map
able
of
to,
it? Yeah.
you are
So
able to like mark on the map where it is. I'll just
Alright.
Okay.
Pierre and Sebastian have maps, we don't.
it would be
Yeah.
like roughly around here.
That is
But
something
yes,
we often forget in our games is body maps.
yeah, there's a deer not particularly happy on the ground in front of you guys.
Hmm. Shit, I forgot to prepare any potions. And any of you have any healing potions or at the very least healing spells?
Yep.
I do. Do we want to try and save it? Or go near it? Is that the way to put that?
It is better to.
Okay, one
You never
moment.
know what could be watching. You never know what could be watching us.
Got it. Okay. Alright, I know what to do. Fortune's gonna move for familiar. It is the bat. Serious. I'm going to say she resummoned it at some point during the downtime because, man, keeping it as an octopus would not be smart.
Just have it life around on land.
What?
Just have it walk around, just slimingly on land.
Oh no, God. But,
Oh, dry out.
and she's gonna have the bat familiar fly over and try to land, like, towards, like, the top of, like, on the hind quarter of the deer where it won't be able to kick or gore the bat easily.
Yeah.
And she's going to deliver... Where is it? It's on here. Lesser Restoration.
Let's see.
Because it appears to be poisoned or dealing with a parasite or something. Let's see how that goes.
Let's see. Fortune. I'm gonna say do a animal handling or survival or nature check.
Alright. We'll do a nature check. That appears to be Fortune's forte more than any other. Man, she's rolling low today.
14. Like, as you do the Lesser Restoration, the nature checks didn't have anything to do with the Lesser Restoration. That goes off. You do the Lesser Restoration, and doesn't really seem to do all that much. But it's Fortune, as you looking at it through the bat to reflect your nature check, you would note it seems to, whatever is happening seems to be like some sort of issue in the chest. Seems to be having chest issues of some kind.
And no signs of wounds, entries, roots piercing out of the ground and burrowing into its flesh.
No.
Okay. It does not seem to be working. I'll try something else.
Do you know what's wrong with it?
No.
Alright then.
I
Hold on.
will say anyone with a pet, anyone with like a nature modifier of like 4, or like nature or survival modifier of like 4 or above would note probably be able to note that whatever is happening to this deer, it's not. It hasn't been happening for a long time, but like it seems to have been. It's been happening. It seems to have been like long enough where like you can see like the signs of struggle on the ground, like whatever this deer is going through.
Yeah.
Probably like a few hours, a day at the most,
Yeah.
and you'd be able to note that like whatever is happening to this deer, they're clearly towards the quote unquote end of whatever is happening.
Yeah. And I'm wondering, should we fucking save it or put it out of its misery?
I feel like putting it out of its misery is probably the kinder thing to do.
Yeah, because this is sounding like it swallowed something sharp kind of deal. And we can't fix that. I'll try one more thing.
Yeah, while you do that, I'm gonna. Yeah, we'll put on the goggles again and have this little grasshopper. I'm gonna go over and do a dive. What was it called? Just check up on it.
Medicine check
With the grasshopper.
Yes.
or a nature check.
Medicine. I'm better with medicine.
Veterinarian medicine. Yes, yes.
V.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's not funny.
This is Pierre very specifically. It's probably best that you notice this. This is the first time you've seen it in one of the mammals. You've noticed it in the insects. You've noticed it in some of like the fish around the area, but this is the first time you've noticed it in a mammal. This thing going through like all the pain, all the like whatever's happening, like with the medicine check. With everything that's happening, you're pretty sure that one of this thing's organs grown large, like way too large.
Oh.
It's one of these. Oh, it's appearing in the mammals now. Well, that's a first.
What'd you find out?
Yes, it's one of its organs oversized.
Oh.
The insects and the fish. I don't know how it happened, but now we know it wasn't born with it. Something made its organs go large. This is highly regular.
Flush is going to use detect magic.
I can temporarily reduce the size, but I can't see the organs. Yeah.
Oh, never mind. Flush does not have detect magic.
Really?
Okay, you know what? In place of Flush,
I'm gonna use
detect
magic. Yeah. Okay, I'll leave you to it then.
Yeah, hold on.
Flush doesn't have detect magic. Everyone else.
There we go.
Really?
I don't have it prepared, but I can ritual cast it.
Oh.
Do you have it prepared?
I do, but I only have one spell slot.
Oh, you're Warlock.
I'm a warlock.
Okay. Fine, I'll ritual cast this thing.
If you want to do something else, I can ritual cast it.
I mean, I basically already autopsied it.
Oh, I was muted this whole time.
Yes,
you are.
I can cast it, guys.
Alright.
Okay, do that.
Okay, Fortune will drop detect magic.
Okay. And as you do, you would note that, yeah, there is an aura of transmutation magic around the, centered on the chest of this thing.
How long have you been encountering things like this?
Yeah, how long?
Like, is this...
Ella?
Couple months.
Okay, this is new.
It's the when did it what was the first like animals that we found having this?
The first you would have noticed would have been mosquitoes.
Okay, this is really sounding like a positive energy plane vertice. Even more
It's-
so.
A few months ago, it started with the
I'm-
mosquitoes.
I will note that it did happen after a particularly large storm.
After the blowout.
Something like
It
that.
was the rain of wild magic.
Manastorm?
I'm sorry?
Manastorm?
Something like that. No, not Maelstrom. I thought you said Maelstrom. Like Maelstrom.
No.
But no, it was like a particularly bad hurricane.
Dire Storm.
Dire Storm.
Oh,
That is a movie title right there, like a sci-fi original film.
Yeah.
Dire Storm.
Dire Storm.
I watched a movie recently with my mom called Snow Sharks.
Of course.
It was a movie about about sharks that were ghosts that were Native Americans, like angry spirits or some shit like that on a ski mountain eating skiers.
Of course.
And there was this scene which kind of annoyed me of the sheriff with a shotgun with two guys with two people behind him holding onto his shoulders, that scene of where it's get behind me. It's a conga line of idiots, and he's on the open slopes in the middle of the day, but the way he's acting, it's Semper Fi, clear the room, go go go.
Nah.
And he's trying to shoot the ghost sharks, which at this point no one knows are real yet. Only those three people know are there.
Wow. This guy sounds real smart.
But yeah, he ends up nearly shooting a guy with a snowblower, because the guy comes from around a snowdrift, and he thinks, oh god, ghost shark, and tries to and shoots at him. But it's how do you mistake a guy for a shark in the snow? And B, how did you not hear the fucking snowblower going?
We'll never know, William. We'll never know.
It's one of those movies where I'm honestly shocked it wasn't Tara Reid in glasses as the sexy scientist woman, because apparently that's one of the only roles Tara Reid ever gets. Just put her in glasses. Anyways.
Very important. So I take it we do have to put it down?
So.
Seems so. Yeah, we couldn't find a way to recover this. They were mostly already dead when we found them.
I will note, it is magic, transmutation magic. As you just said comical, most of the ones you find like this are already dead.
So it's a good time to identify.
Although
You could either identify yes, or you could try dispel magic.
Yeah.
how about I do both?
Well, one
Actually-
takes a minute, one takes an action, so we're gonna have to
Excuse me. No, both take only an action. I don't have it in my features and traits, but my goggles are the finder's goggles, so I can just cast it right away, I believe. Hold on, let me read this again.
I think those just let you cast it for a day, not as an action.
It's a cast for a day, but still. Let me see.
As an action, let's see. As an action, you can use the goggles to examine an object to identify the aura of the last creature that touched it.
Yeah, so it's not the identify spell.
Nah.
Here we go. Goggle of object reading.
Oh,
Come on.
Goggles of object reading. Okay.
different.
In addition, you can cast the identify spell using the goggles. Once you do so, you can do so until the next dawn. Yep.
Well, that's neat. So to cast identify as an action. That's pretty useful.
It just says you can cast the identify spell using goggles. It doesn't say as an action.
Oh.
But still, I can just do it without needing the 100 GP pull.
Alright. You identify it. I can keep it alive.
Give it a lot. It will only take a minute, and then I'll try. Well, I'll try something. I'll try a hypothesis. I don't know if it will work, but it was worth a try. For now, let's just see. Identify. You go.
Fortune will
I guess I actually have to go to it.
Yes, identify does require touch.
Yeah. Okay.
Fortune's gonna get within 30 feet of it.
Okay.
Do you want me to keep it alive, or are we going to risk it?
Keep it alive for now.
Alright. Fortune's gonna cast
do want
Aura
to-
of Life.
Nice.
I do have an idea, so keep it alive.
Let's see. Yeah, regains 1 hit points when it starts. Okay, neat.
So you see Fortune as she breaks out her book, does a little check. Okay, it's like that. And she says, a chain of arcane components. And then suddenly, there is an eerie calm for everyone within 30 feet of Fortune. It just got very quiet. Well, it feels quiet. It's not actually quiet. It's the sensation of being in a dead quiet room. Even though the sound's still going.
I will note that, like, as opposed to a lot of yesterday where it was like dead quiet after whatever happened with all those animals with the golem. There is, like, the place is vibrant now. It's like there are, like, the sounds of trees rustling, like the sounds of, like, birds and animals off in the distance. But yes. Identify. As you cast the identify spell, it's strange as it appears to, like, the deer appears to be at least partially under the effects similar to the enlarge reduce spell.
Huh. Very odd. Can I, like, also identify, like, how powerful it is? Like, what level of spell it is?
Let's see. I will, let's see, with your identify and, like, your expertise in Think about it
Transmutation.
like if a wild magic surge caused like a partial enlarge reduce spell or something like that.
So it doesn't feel like the spell, it feels like an effect of a large reduce, similar to the
Yes.
spell. Yeah.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
the same magic, but it's different.
It's not targeted.
Yeah.
Whatever, like you're able to get the feeling that like whatever caused this was powerful, but the effect itself is not.
It's a huge AoE.
Alright. Also introduce, not targeted. Feels a little odd, but it doesn't seem like it's any strong effect. So should be easy enough. And dispel magic. Third level.
Wow.
You cast the spell magic, and
Yep. I'm
like almost
gonna touch it light.
almost-
What is the
almost-
organ that's big again?
you don't know
Alright.
unless you cut it open before you do this.
Just gonna touch the deer.
Luckily,
Okay,
you know the
and-
origin of the effect from the.
And yeah, as you cast the spell, like almost instantly the deer stops struggling. It just drops to the ground. It's not dead. It's not unconscious. It just looks exhausted.
It's
It's like a
27
deer.
It's 27 hours of writhing and agony have suddenly ended, and it is passing out now.
It's like a deer in headlights.
Know that feel, bro. Know it so well.
Alright, Fortune. You can drop it now. It appears that it works.
So she releases concentration, and suddenly that quietness also leaves.
The deer is like looking at all of you. Like it's an animal. And it's not very smart,
Yeah.
but it can tell that like you did something. It's gonna stagger to its feet or to its hooves, and it'll like it. And Pierre, you'll see is like it'll move, and it'll like nudge you in like one direction, and then it'll start like staggering its way to that direction.
The animals here prone to abnormal intelligence?
These are technically dire creatures are usually like smarter. I don't actually remember.
I mean, real life
Some
larger
bizarre
things are
character.
usually smarter, but
Larger brain means more intelligence.
I mean, would it hurt us to follow the deer?
I don't know.
You know what? I'm gonna follow the deer.
Fortune like lifts her arm and looks at the leech trying to chew through the metal plate. I don't know, you tell me.
I'll be. Well, if you
I
want
want to follow
go.
the deer.
Okay.
Okay, you can follow us. So if you want us to split up, that's all right. But someone does need to stay behind and watch over the lizards. If we're all going, then we gotta bring the lizards. That's my decision. But I am choosing to go after the deer.
It would be best
Okay.
not to split up.
Okay, so yeah, you guys all like follow the deer. It will it'll like kind of stagger its way through the jungle a little bit until it gets to a couple of trees, one of which looks to have grown at like at an angle.
The dire sequoia.
something like that. And it will. Let's see. Sorry, give me a second.
Okay, I don't know if it's just me, but William sounds broken.
Yeah,
I think it's
I
just
don't know
you.
if it's just.
it might be.
I think.
I don't know.
Yeah, it might just be me.
It'll take you to one of the trees, and it'll take you to like a little hollow that looks to be between some of the trees, and it'll reach in and like pull out a like larger than normal like apple, a very large looking apple.
Huh.
As
Did
yeah,
I-
it starts as it's like eating the apple.
Okay, I had to go. Had to leave and rejoin. What did we mean?
It led you to a tree with big apples.
Yeah, it led to a tree where like it reached down into like a little cubby looking area, pulled out an apple, like with its teeth, and started eating that apple.
Okay, this is definitely an abnormally intelligent deer.
Safe food, though. At least I think.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not
know.
dead.
It's walking around. It appears that it remembers its normal motor functions.
Does
Let's see.
anybody know how to speak with animals?
Unfortunately, I don't have that spell.
What are you talking about? It's very much
Usually-
like me to not have speak with animals.
Usually, I do have one or two druids
Well,
along with me,
actually,
so I
hold
didn't
on.
prepare it.
Let me double check and see if that works or not.
Let's see. You're not you're not a totem barbarian. I can
I usually
No,
would.
no.
I can speak to it
I
if it
think
was
my
dead.
hopper friend. I think my hopper friend could understand them, but I can't speak. But I don't understand what my hopper friend is saying. So, unfortunate.
I can only speak to the dead, not animals.
Kill it.
That was a joke. I don't think I would be able
Mr.
to
Hugh?
if it was dead.
He's just like smiling a little bit.
Mr. Hughes, knock it off.
Too bad.
And
Rolls his eyes.
after
enough fun.
eating the apple, the deer is going to you see it reach in like to the same little hole, pulls out like another apple, eats that one, and then it
Very hungry.
looks like it takes off. It just starts running through the forest again.
Raven's going to tentatively look over into the hole, and can I see the apples in there, or is it just like dark? Stick your hand to the void and
Let's see, Awen. Yeah, you see.
That deal covered fast.
You see stuff in there. Please roll me a nature or survival check, please.
Okay. As a facehugger bursts out and hugs my face. So I had to refresh my thing because the internet earlier.
No, that's fair.
No, I mean I had to reopen my sheet. Nature or what was
Survival.
it? My survival's more okay.
With a 13, you'd be able to recognize this is a squirrel hole. Like this is one of those places where squirrels like hide food for the winter. Yeah, deer just stole it.
Well, you know what? She was going to take some, but then pause for a second. Look like imagine she's kneeled down to the ground, about to take something out, but then stops. Turns head to the group. Are the squirrels giant here too? Like, the
Sea
last
bass
thing
nods.
she needs is to piss off a giant squirrel.
A dire squirrel.
Dire
Oh,
squirrel.
absolutely. Although they are probably as big as.
Sebastian
Actually, they're as
puts
big as
his.
a dwarf.
No, they're not gonna do it. I think I
Mm.
was gonna have him put a hand on Pierre's mouth, be like, "They're huge. They'll fuck you up." They
It's a
Pyrenees.
Ratatosker from
Thinks about it.
They're
Looks
they're
between you.
they're as big as dogs.
Looks between you. Looks between the hole. You, the hole. You, the hole.
That's where your whole
She's gonna scoop in her arm and take as many as she can into her bag.
I will say that the apples are quite large as well. They're like the size
Basketball
of
sized.
cantaloupes.
I'm going to also say, in the spirit of the fireball, I didn't say what size I didn't ask what size they were. I asked how many do I get.
Okay.
I
Let's
didn't
see.
ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
Let's see. Cantaloupes on average weigh between 2 and 4 pounds. So let's say these are about 3 pounds each.
Avon?
Let's see.
Because I'm just throwing them into my bag of holding.
Avon?
Yeah?
You might not want to eat those.
Who said anything about eating them?
Okay.
There
If we
are
run
7
into
in
something, we could. Okay, 7. Awesome.
yes.
If we run
so
into something, we can go ahead and use it as a distraction.
Fortune looks
About-
left at a huge dragon fruit tree. Sure.
So yeah, there's
Hey,
about
it's easy to
21
get
pounds
to.
of apples.
It's easy to get to. All right, it's already on the ground. I don't have to
Hey,
go
hold
up a
on.
tree to get it. God damn it!
How many pounds of apples?
21.
21.
Yeah,
Holy
each
shit.
of the apples are
Is that-
about 3 pounds. Yeah, the size
Okay.
of cantaloupes.
So 7 apples.
7 asses.
Oh god, that video. 7 ass.
But, okay. Well, we may want to avoid eating anything we find here. Because that could be how the transmutation effect transfers. And if it's affecting mammals now, well, that's, all of us? I think I count as a mammal? Pretty sure I do.
You were cutting out. I don't know what you said.
We should avoid eating anything we find here, because you said it's spreading to the mammals, and I'm pretty sure we are mammals.
And you're fine.
okay.
Just cast the spell magic. It'll be fine.
Yeah, you see, that's all well and good while the problem is something like your heart or lung expanding, but when it's like one of those glands inside of your brain that like affects like other organ functions and suddenly you're in a permanent death spiral from a chemical imbalance, or you start developing prions because your DNA is folding wrong, yeah, then it's a problem.
Just cast the spell magic. It'll be fine. Cure
Uh,
disease.
Works on
this-
everything.
More of a
Even
greater
failed marriage.
That's greater restoration.
Has any of the dwarves bring back like foods from the forest and just eaten them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
but
even even during the course of like the events, like even you guys have been like pulling in, like you guys have still been pulling in like resources and things like that, like potion ingredients, food, things like that. So far,
Yeah.
it hasn't affected anything.
So far.
So far.
I mean, so far, no side effects. I mean, I've used a few myself. They're just natural.
Well,
He died of natural causes. You set him on fire, and naturally he died.
of course.
Yeah.
A person dies naturally
You pushed him
their
off a
heart
cliff.
has a hole
Gravity's
in it.
natural.
Yes, and naturally he died of the fall.
He died of natural causes. Pushed him off a
Anyways,
cliff. Gravity's
uh,
natural.
Let's just keep moving for now. Just maybe
Oh, shit.
we should be careful of what we eat
Hold
from
up.
here.
I gotta get food to my door.
I mean, it may be too late for you two already, but you know.
might be too late for this. I love that. It's really funny.
Right. Well, all right. Let's go back to our list, shall we?
Oh, yeah, probably going. So now I'm wondering if this entire place has been death sentenced by this effect. Is it just going to happen to all the animals and plants?
Well, what we're trying to do is get rid of whatever's aggravating everything, which also happens to be what's doing this.
Hopefully so.
Maybe. They started at the same time, at least.
Hopefully so. Evan, do you think it could be an artifact?
Payday BRB to grab her food.
Also, for some reason, Fortune said Payday instead of Awen.
I heard Awen.
Oh, then maybe I don't know, I misheard.
I misheard myself.
Yes.
I've done that before.
Does Sebastian know about the artifacts?
What artifact?
With the elemental cult artifacts.
Probably.
Could be.
Or at least something similar.
So, I mean, I don't know which. No, I don't remember the last time any elemental effects increases size.
Whatever's doing this is fucking powerful, though.
Indeed. Well, I guess we should just move forward. The sooner we get there, the sooner we find out what it is.
You guys will.
Perhaps there's also the idea of maybe we should try getting up somewhere very high, and maybe Flush could teleport us.
To what?
To our location directly. Like, we factor out where we need to go, we get high enough to where we can see it, and then he teleports us all to it directly.
No, what? Out of that. Is that how that works?
Yes,
What,
you can
what,
go.
what
you
spell
can
are
go
you using?
teleport, the teleport spell. You can choose any
Right.
location or location you can see.
Yeah, that is entirely possible. I will note that the size of the trees and their canopies might make that slightly difficult, but
Yeah.
it's like all you can see is just this sea of verdant green from
Yeah.
high up.
Well, the idea is
I
we
should
factor it
probably
out with the
go.
map.
Yeah,
With the map.
you teleport on top of a tree and then you just like the branch falls beneath you, and it's like the one spot where there aren't more branches underneath you.
Yeah.
So you just fall like 600 feet.
Alright, I've got to go.
Good night, Astro.
See you guys.
Good night,
Good
Astro.
night.
And besides, I have feather falling.
Good see you, Astro.
No, I don't. I'm sorry. I have like 3 other spells that start with an F and A. That
I have
literally give
feather fall.
clients. There we go.
It's I have a
An
spell that
FME.
starts with FML. Ahoy, ahoy.
Hoi, 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 hoi. Gripping Vegeta's ass cheeks while laughing. Dragon's balls, P. But
What was that one? It's like Vegeta's ball. He's like, "Are you afraid, Kakarot?" Well, you should be. I'm gonna shove my fingers up.
the only bald Vegeta thing I can think of is Kakarot, this cancer thing's pretty tough. I don't know if I can beat it.
Oh, God.
But
Anyways,
I don't know why I went Kuwabara instead of Vegeta there. But yeah, I was thinking more like we have to get up. I guess it would technically be a location you cannot see then, because we'd have to get up to the mountain and then like factor it out with like a sextant and find the location that way. Otherwise, we would be teleporting to the treetops, which is a fair point.
Well, we will still just move on. Well, we're on the map right now. I don't think we have moved.
no, because this is like the first couple of hours. Within the first couple of hours
Okay.
of you guys moving.
Yeah. You know,
Okay, well,
I should consider talking about starting up a hot air balloon service around here. People pay a lot of money to get around this island that way.
do you know there's a lot of eagles, like, giant eagles in the sky, right?
Well, it doesn't have to be hot air balloons, it could also be something else, but you know. Ballista-mounted flying airships of death?
If you want to go for it, sure. But do remember, there's a lot of risk.
Fortune's already just gone off into deep thought thinking about fucking mounted air or gun-mounted airships. I could put
Just-
22mm cannons on it.
Just leave her be to her thoughts. She's already a little gone.
Oh, alright. This one was than me.
Besides, she's really great at that stuff, so if she really wanted to do it, she'd figure out a good way to do it.
It's true, I made these 2 constructs. Fortune was listening this whole time.
A Widow always says great things about her.
When she's around. Although what's more interesting is the character growth of Fortune just took a compliment and agreed with it. What the fuck is this?
It would just kind of figured you were like so in your head thinking that you just kind of heard that and agreed, versus like
Yeah, no,
acknowledging that
that-
it was there.
Exactly. No, that's exactly it. You caught it, Payday.
Anyways,
It's happening. Her interest is overtaking her self-loathing.
anywho,
Let's just get moving for now. We can... I don't know. I'm not very good with jungles.
There goes that self-confidence.
I'm just saying I do better in the city. You know. I don't like squatting behind the bush. Every day.
Alright. So, yes. You guys keep heading forward. And a couple more hours in, you hear something off in the distance.
Oh shit.
Boom. Boom.
It's my
Ooh,
glass of
Jurassic Park
water.
moment.
Boom.
My glass of water is vibrating.
I'm glad we were doing the St. Jurassic Park moment.
Yeah, you just hear what sounds like very large footsteps in the distance.
Okay, I know what to do. Come on, everyone. Come on. Over here. Does it appear to be approaching us?
I'll say roll a perception check.
Zephyr, is it approaching us?
Oh no. It appears to be heading towards your direction, but not towards you.
Yeah.
Like instead of like dead on, it's like 30 degrees to the left or something like that.
Yeah. But everyone, we need to hide. Let's go, let's go.
Okay, you guys hide?
Yes.
Yes. Sure.
If it can vibrate the ground, yes.
Okay, so terrible roll from Fortune there. Fantastic roll from Zapper there. Terrible roll from the War Thunder. But luckily, I have wings.
Alright, Sebastian, let's see how you do.
Yay!
Jesus
I was
Christ.
just about to say nat 1. Damn, a 0 though.
Don't
Damn,
worry,
William,
guys.
I didn't mean to hit you that hard.
Fortune, upon hearing all the clanging, clacking. Alright, everyone, just focus on being hard to see. I can deal with the noise. Cluster together.
Nice
God.
spell for this.
Sebastian just like as he's like moving, one of the lizards like turns around and just sweeps his legs, and you just hear the clanking of like all of the metal he's wearing.
Yeah, the lizards are gonna be the hardest thing to hide.
Let's see. Well, one of them got a nat 20.
Oh, and also... Serious.
Yeah, they got The other got a 3 though.
Because the bat is going to be very useful for this maneuver that I'm gonna do.
I don't think you ever gave me the sheet for my familiar.
Oh, I did not.
We
No.
never made one, really.
Hang on. Sorry.
A modified spider sheet would work best, possibly.
You know, I thought I had the spell that cloaks people. I apparently don't.
Any illusions?
No, the what was it called? Increases stealth or something. Persistent stealth.
Yeah, pass without a trace.
No, that's
Yeah,
a
I thought I
druid
had
ranger spell.
But instead, I actually have pass wall, not pass without a trace.
Yes. Okay. So, wherever we're all clustered together, Fortune, I don't know if everyone wants to listen, but Fortune said just focus on not being seen, and I'll get rid of the noise.
Yeah.
She'll cast silence. The sound of silence.
Alright. Let's see.
but Sirius the Bat will be hiding outside of the hiding place in the silence effect and watching from a tree branch. Listening, so we'll know when it's clear.
Let's see. Sirius, are you like looking through Sirius's eyes?
Yes. Just getting up on a pretty high up on a
yes,
tree branch to get some sort of overlook, which probably won't be very good in this environment, but you know.
Fortune.
Lee? Normal-sized bat.
It's something is interesting as like it's getting louder and louder. Like you guys are starting to feel like the impacts on the ground.
Are we? All thunder damage ceases. No, I'm kidding.
Fortune, or
Mhm.
yeah, Fortune. That's weird. It looks like the trees are moving.
Concern.
That can't be right. Until you realize, oh, that's not a tree. That's a leg. Oh, that's a leg. Oh, that goes up. And that goes up. And up. And you're able to note that, oh, that's not a T-Rex.
Dire Brontosaurus.
It's a Brachiosaur.
Yes, similar species.
Huh.
As you're looking, whatever this thing is, it almost looks like it's taller than the trees.
Fortune drops. She knows for certain it's not like one of the predator ones.
Oh no, this thing is like hard herbivore.
No, I meant like Fortune knows, not me. I know.
Roll a nature check.
Okay.
You
no,
can't ask the person that knows because we're silenced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But ignore the +2 because I have silence going.
Sorry. With a 12, yeah, you would know that this thing is a. You've probably done like a bit of research. This thing is an herbivore.
Yeah. So Fortune's gonna drop the silence. Okay, everyone, just focus on not getting stepped on by it, and also that may be our vantage point.
What was this thing again?
It's a brachiosaur. It's,
Okay, Brett.
it's gentle but very giant.
Okay. Because I was looking into the Pachyosaurus. Okay, never mind.
If you believe that this is our vantage point, you might have a good way of getting up there.
I said could be.
Yeah, this thing is like the single largest thing you've ever fucking seen.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
second
I have
largest
never
because you got second largest because you guys have seen the turtle.
What's
Have I seen this particular giant brachiosaur before?
I don't know if you've ever seen it before, but you've definitely heard of it. Like these things are very rare on the island. There's only like a handful of them. They're just so absolutely large that they they have health issues. Also like there are issues of like them getting food and things like that.
If anything.
Like if
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, they eat the greens and things like that. It's just like they're just so big they have to eat a lot of them.
If anything, given their size, they'd probably be a common sight because they do what these species tend to actually do, which is try to submerge themselves in water, so they probably walk, like, around the island in the water most of the time.
Do they do that? Interesting.
Yeah, they usually try to partially submerge themselves because it helps them, like, rest more easily with the buoyancy. It offsets their weight.
Neat.
Yeah, they're cool like that. So these are probably pretty common sights for people on, like, the staging island or near the coast.
Not the very big ones though.
Well, they would have to. They
Yeah,
all do.
I mean, they're the very big ones are the only ones on the island. But you know what? Yeah. If that's the thing, then yeah, probably. Yeah. There's never more than like a couple handfuls. You're pretty sure that there's no more than like maybe a couple dozen on the island at any one time.
No more than that. Oh
But
shit,
yeah.
more than that.
Yeah, these things are huge. Like they could probably step on the entire party at the same time.
Okay, guys.
I probably won't notice.
We need to like befriend the Yuan Ti and like capture one of these things, kill it, and grind it up for their meat rituals, so that one of us can become a god.
Oh god.
Yes. Oh, it'd be cool. I kind of wish my blood sorcerer was here. This thing, I could probably get a master blood orb off this thing. This thing's like CR20, right?
Eh.
It's got like 500 HP I can rip out of it.
It like the biggest danger would be like just the sheer bulk of HP in this thing.
Yeah. It's simple, you get on its back. I say, as if that were true.
Anyways.
I can't believe the Zora Magdaros boss fight is happening in game.
But yeah, as you get it's just walking through the jungle. Like a couple dozen stories tall.
This is that's first sight for me.
That is the biggest animal I've ever seen.
Well, you do get used to it.
And I've seen
That is all you ever see.
And I've seen the dragon turtle before.
I will say I think it's probably like the second biggest. I don't know if Fortune just doesn't remember, but it would be like the second biggest she's ever seen.
Would be the biggest.
The turtle. With the city on its back.
I mean,
in Kintra.
Is that enough? Because like a brachiosaur would be gargantuan in the first place, and if it's at least twice as big, I don't know, maybe.
I mean, yeah, it's like that turtle has a literal city on its back. This thing could probably hold a few buildings, but not an entire city.
Okay, interesting. Damn, how they feed that thing.
Anyways,
we haven't checked on the island yet, but there may be a chance of a dragon turtle on the dragon turtle on.
A dire dragon turtle?
I'm joking. Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe. I might be joking.
I'm probably joking. Anywho.
You wish.
Sorry to hear that, Payday, by the way. I saw that earlier, but yeah. Got your
Motherfuckers.
fries.
Fries
They
are the
gave
only
me a
good.
shitload of ketchup packets, but didn't give me the fries.
They gave you one ketchup packet for every fry they didn't give you.
Man, that's the
I
only
don't know
good part
why-
of McDonald's.
I don't know why that made me giggle.
Actually, yeah, I'm kind of really disappointed because I was looking forward to the fries.
But yes.
You know-
So yeah, you said you wanted to, like, you thought about, like, using it as your vantage point, right?
We
You want to,
could-
like, try and climb it?
No. Too dangerous. Now I'm thinking about, like, the risk of living on this island. Like, are there stories of women splitting open because they accidentally conceived a dire baby?
What in the fuck?
If things are just born bigger on this island, that might be a fucking risk.
Oh my god, I should just call this place Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas. Hey guys,
yeah.
what are you all doing here? Nice,
You know,
Shannon. I live here.
everything, including military losses.
Yes.
Remember the Alamo, fuckers.
I think Gettysburg actually had more losses, but anyway.
I mean, probably, but, like, Texas is all up, like, oh, I remember the Alamo. Yeah, you mean that place where you lost?
Yeah.
Anyways.
But
Yeah, do you guys want to do anything with this Brachiosaur, or
I mean,
just keep going?
is it going where we need to go? We can maybe ride and
No, it's heading, like, your direction. So, like,
It's going.
you guys
up.
are, like,
It's passing
going
us.
this. You guys are going this way. It'd be more like going this way.
God, if we had
Yeah,
speak
it's
with
passing
animals.
us.
God, if we had speak with animals. Could you imagine?
Yeah.
If we could befriend this thing and ride it across the island.
Man, Bob would be very jealous if I told him I met one
I
of these.
mean,
I'd love
mean, the
your thoughts on that, and then find out it's a total dick and like it doesn't care.
You would. I
And-
mean, I could technically, like, get speak with animals as a ritual spell. And I could just imagine all the magic and wonderment leaving Fortune's face as she realizes it's a dick.
it's a moody teenager.
Oh,
Whatever, fine, get on.
thank you.
Like I'm just thinking, like, the sheer size of this thing. Like, your entire party could
Fine.
probably get on its back, and it might not even notice.
Yeah.
But you owe me now.
What do we owe you? I don't know. I only that word recently.
I will reduce your size by half for a few minutes so that you can be full for the first time in your life. Oh shit,
God.
really?
You wanna make me a prey animal?
I don't think
It is a
will
prey
be.
animal.
Well, like,
No, it's not.
even smaller than what it probably is compared to the other animals already.
At this thing's size, the only thing it's got to worry about is the dire rock grubs.
Let's see.
The dire parasites.
Probably. But yes. Yeah, this thing is just walking through this massive ass jungle. Just brr. Like, those of you who weigh less, like, I'm gonna say like 120 or less, every time this thing takes a step, like, you leave the ground.
Goddamn intestine. But well, luckily that ain't my. That's not a problem, Fortunate. I think more than a year.
I mean, until the meat rots.
That's the thing, like, this thing would take forever to rot.
Oh yeah.
One of these things dying would actually create, like, a fucking bacterial boom event and create, like, sickening clouds.
Anywho.
It's fucking insane. It'd be a biohazard event.
But yes. You guys keep traveling. Keep traveling. And
Yes.
let's see. After a little while, you let's see, Fortune, like you scouting ahead, would notice something. Like a door.
Just a free-floating door?
Yep, just a door. There's a frame just sitting there. You would, like, getting closer, you would note, there appears to be a circle around it with 4 skeletons within the circle. 4 humanoid skeletons. No, 5, sorry. 5 humanoid skeletons.
So
And
a free
there
floating.
is,
Go ahead.
so let's see, hang on. I'm just gonna go ahead and let's see.
Spookum.
So there is a like 15-foot diameter circle. There's like a door. There is a series of like 5 bodies.
I like how you're doing this on the island itself, not in the massive empty space of the ocean.
Meh. I figured like you guys would be more looking at the island. So, and then there is actually also like a skeleton, or not a skeleton. There's 5 skeletons. There's another statue of a. Let's see. It is what looks to be an iron statue of a man sitting on a throne.
Okay. Is there any signs of, like, moss growth or anything of that nature on the statue? Any signs of it having not moved for a long period?
Yes.
Any signs of scraping of said moss growth around the elbows and knees and neck?
There appears to roll an investigation check.
Is she the only one that's noticed this for now?
I think right now she's looking, like, she's saying, everyone, you might want to come see this, because she's looking at through the seer slate. So, you all can watch it. It's, it's a little tiny, like, stone and metal, like, notebook-sized rectangle. I say tiny, a small notebook-sized rectangle, and it actually is displaying the image of what it sees. So she's holding it like, a sideways iPad kind of deal going on here, and I hate that I said that, but that is what it looks like that people would understand in the modern day.
But yes, Fortune, as you investigate the statue, it doesn't look like there is like some wear and tear on the moss, but as you look at it, you're pretty sure it's not any signs of like the statue moving.
And Zapper's like entering the circle and it's not moved.
Nope.
shapes. Let's get a little closer, and I'll try something serious. Well, actually, wait. We assumed something here. Inspect the skeletons. How their necks looking, William?
I'll say roll a medicine check.
Yeah. This vertebrae is shattered.
They all have crushed pelvises.
Oh no.
Uh,
But
Um,
damn it.
let's see.
She's rolled so low today.
With a 6, these skeletons are like heavily damaged, to the point where like you can't really tell a whole lot about them. Like one of them, the only reason you know there's 5 is because like there's 5 skulls.
Yeah.
Like what? Like one of them like has so much that where it just isn't there. That like, yeah, like as I said, like the only reason you can tell like it's a separate body is like the fact that there is a separate skull.
Yeah, it's like, it looks like they could have been trampled over a lot. There's overgrowth. Things like that.
Like,
yeah.
or something just like up and took whatever part was.
Yeah.
I mean, for all you know, like there could have been more. It just, you know, they're just not enough to actually figure out that there's other bodies. Anyways,
Yeah. Perhaps we
the
should...
door also looks like rather old and decrepit. Like there is a circle that you would that you, Fortune, would have been able to tell is a modified magic circle, designed to keep things in.
So an inverted magic circle with permanency.
Yes.
Mhm.
It's. I mean, you'd be able to tell like the magic circle is like at this point it is, just not operational anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
like it's
Oh.
age mixed with like just the things coming and going would have like disrupted the circle.
Right. Okay, this looks bad, everyone. We have a free-floating doorway with what appears to be the remains of a magic circle, and a statue made of iron sitting in a throne. Is the statue of a humanoid specifically, or does it appear to have any specific racial identifiers? Does it have horns, William? Does the statue have horns?
Let's see.
Iron statues in front of doors contained by magic circles is devil shit.
No.
Okay, good.
You see that it is instead like it looks to be a half dragon.
Interesting.
What does interesting mean?
It might be a half-dragon? It can be rather hard to tell, though, and it is a solid iron statue covered in moss and other growths, so we may have to get closer to find out.
Do you want me to get closer first? I can probably dodge out of danger if there is any.
We'll send Sirius first. See if it even wakes up. Because with the stone one and the broken animal necks, and now this one, I'm getting the feeling there's just a bunch of golems on this island.
Just a bunch of golems?
Apparently. I don't know yet. That is a baseless assumption. Or baseless observation, I guess, technically.
Hmm.
I
Well,
must maybe
We don't have much else to go on,
Mhm.
so I guess that's a fair assumption.
Alright, well, I guess we should try, huh? Go on, giant lizard.
Okay.
That has no name that I know of.
Oh,
Uh,
I've been thinking about calling it Scales.
Sure. What about the other one? Scales too?
I remember
Reptile.
in the Tyranny of Dragons game I played in, I had a pair of giant lizards as around Calcos, and I named one of them Fang and one of them Claw in Draconic.
Of course.
Like I went on the Wikipedia page for like Draconic language, and I found Claw and Fang.
That is quite Aron Kelkos.
Anyway,
Scales and Reptar.
Reptar.
Reptar. Eventual methods of naming. I am not allowed to say anything. I called this construct Zapper. Okay, let's go.
She just kind of shrugged. I just thought of something my sister would say. She once named a pet lizard Reptar until Mom found it and made her get rid of it.
I'm starting to see a pattern with your mother and you having things.
Well, it was a scaly lizard thing she found outside and wanted to experiment on
Yes.
with magic books or something, but Mom was not having that. I think her words were, if it slithers or slides or slime, it does not belong in the house.
I mean, your mother is right. Oh, look, we're here.
Let's see.
Why did you have
Uh,
to remind me of the lizards? So there's like a circle around the door and then a larger circle around that, or there's a large
no,
circle with all of
just
this
the
inside.
one circle.
Yeah, with all of this inside.
Yes, one large circle with all of it inside.
Got it. Alright. So I'm going to send in Sirius, and if anything goes wrong, we are going to run. Because if it is an iron golem, I don't want to fight it.
Important question, which direction?
We have two giant lizards. We go, I guess right past it, along our very merry way, or back the way we came.
Yeah, I want to clarify, when we run, which direction we run.
I guess if it's a golem, it will return to its space and not really change its tactics. So back the way we came, because it will be safer to know what is there as opposed to running forward into possible predators.
Nodding her head. Like she felt she was glad she came up with an important, note to that direction.
Yeah. So, okay.
Yeah.
Fortune sends
Smart
Sirius.
question.
Smart questions with Haven. Fortune sends Sirius into the circle.
Again, you send Sirius into the circle, and there is no reaction.
Hmm.
Except for they make a square.
No.
God damn it.
All these squares make a circle. That...
All these circles make a square. All these circles make a square.
You know, I know the instant that joke became played out. It was the instant that one of you guys posted that, like, TikTok where the guy just kind of, you know, did that whole bit.
Anyways.
And that was it.
You put Sirius in the circle,
Yeah.
and nothing.
And Sirius doesn't fly over. Fortune just throws him like a grenade. Not really. Okay, it doesn't seem to be reacting to living things. Any volunteers for walking into the circle? Preferably somebody fast so that you can get back on the lizard and run. Good to hear.
I guess, like, since he was, like, up for it earlier, Sebastian will, volunteer.
Alright, Sebastian. We will be right here. If something happens, run back to the lizards, and we're going to make a break for it because, iron golems are not fun to fight. Or, even if you can, it's just not a pleasant experience.
Okay.
Are we already finding the goal? What happened?
Supposedly. We found an iron statue sitting in a throne in front of a door, a freestanding door, in the middle of the jungle. There's 5 skeletons on the ground around it, and all of it is inside the remains of an inverted magic circle.
Ah.
So, yeah. Concern.
And yeah. He will, Sebastian will go into the circle. And as he enters the circle, he hears something.
A new hand touches the beacon.
He hears. Hello to the 5 of you. Welcome to this place. Quite beautiful, is it not? Well, I bet you're wondering why are you? It is.
Man, your
Hate.
microphone does not like that voice.
Hang on, let me try this.
I bet you're wondering is where we got to before it cut out completely and was illegible or intelligible.
Alright, try this. I bet you're wondering why you are here. It is because of hate. Hate. Hatred of mine. So much I bet if I was human, I would die from it. This place will be your death. You cannot leave the circle. But everything else can come in. I wonder which of you will die first. Goodbye to the 5 of you. And I hope it hurts.
Please never make the letter S directly into your mic ever again. Ow.
Oh, I wasn't. Sorry about that. I didn't know.
So,
It hurt, Willie.
Sorry about that.
So are we like near this? We're
At,
just outside it?
Yeah, we're
Last-
outside of it. Sebastian went in. We're like 20 feet out.
yeah, and you just hear the statue start talking.
Yeah. So,
It doesn't do anything. It just starts talking.
yeah.
Then, yeah, when it's done, it just sits there, not
hmm.
doing anything. Fortune,
Does yeah, she recognized the spell.
roll an Arcana check.
Yeah.
Which, actually, let me double check something.
I'm gonna do that too.
I've been wanting the spell-free slicing for a while. If it is the one I'm thinking it is, there's so much
Yeah.
fuckery with it.
Anyone who wants to go ahead and roll Arcana check, see if they recognize the spell.
Funny.
You have advantage? Oh, wow.
Yeah, my goggles give me advantage when checking out objects or creatures using Arcana.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, all three of you would recognize the magic mouth spell.
Well, okay. Sebastian, it was a magic mouth. It could still be a golem, so do be careful. Can you leave the circle?
He will rather easily leave the circle.
Okay, good. The magics have failed since then.
So what was that?
Sebastian is like looking at the statue and he just goes, I don't think I like this thing.
Yes, what I'm more worried about is, did it recognize all 5 of us even though we were outside of this circle, or was it saying 5 to the skeletons that are there?
I've never. Does it count the skeletons as alive? That would be odd.
I think it...
He'll like shrug and say, well, I didn't say anything until I entered the circle, so I guess since there's 5 of them, must have been set up so that whenever someone enters it, it says it. These guys must have, whoever these people are, they must have pissed someone off real bad.
Indeed, this is definitely a trap of some kind from long ago. Fortune will dismount the lizard and go to look at the skeletons more effectively.
When you enter the circle, it says it again.
I will make it a point, let's make sure not to all enter.
It's just saying it in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Let's make it a point not to have 5 of us in the circle at once, because even if the circle is down, we don't know what other effects there could be, and it may be waiting for 5 creatures.
Hate.
Man, it really likes saying that, doesn't it?
There are a lot of... So, Fortune will go and look over the skeletons.
Yeah, do a medicine check if you so desire.
Yes, like any... Are they goblins and things like that?
Sebastian will also do a medicine check. Sebastian. Oh god.
Hey Sebastian, can you switch for me? Just making sure. Make sure I want to check out the bodies for myself as well as the magic soul golem.
Race, size category, injuries, you know.
Let's see. You would note that it is, from what little you can, you can't determine one of them just because of like how much of the body is gone. But you do note that there are 3 humans and what looks to be a Goliath.
Okay. good news is, this is not another one of those bare home horrors where we look at the skeletons after hearing that and it's our bones.
And I'll say that like with you can tell with like like these bones have been like one of the people was like very clearly torn apart.
Yeah.
Like you can see like the gnaw marks on the bones, like the image, like the sites of like things picking the bones clean,
Yeah.
like beak marks, tooth marks, things like that.
Various animals, yeah.
Yes.
Fortune will cast, unless Pierre's already here doing it, because I know he's high speed and high energy. Fortune will start casting Detect Magic.
Let's see. You are able to like detect like the very faint illusion magic upon like the statue.
Yeah. Anything on the door?
You are able to detect like minor conjuration, but it's very much so faded at this point.
Mm-hmm. The remains of a conjuration effect here. Can Fortune look over the door for any sigils or markings of its effect to see if the door was a magic item or there was a spell in place on it?
I will also say that you do also like detect like the very very faint abjuration like magic from the magic circle.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's also like on at this point.
Residue.
Yes. Go ahead and roll a Arcana check for that. Or if you have Carpenter's tools, roll that with intelligence.
Oh, I can? Okay. Well, this says Tinker's tools. It's not actually. Because I have all tool proficiency right now.
Yeah.
And get those at advantage. I rolled lower, but oh well. 23.
Excuse me. You are able to detect that it appears like whatever this thing was, it itself was a magic item. But it was you're able to tell that it was like you've made several of like this sort of magic item before. Not this magic item, but like this class of magic item where it's like it's a one and done. Things like
Yeah.
the things like elemental stones, things like feather tokens, where you use it once and then the magic is just gone.
Yeah. And this is like some sort of receiving or sending portal.
This would be the receiving, yes.
Okay, so this appears to be the end point of a trap. This door is the receiving point of a conjuration effect, and they are trapped in the circle. This being a magic circle tells me that they were likely something that was not humanoid. Perhaps undead or fiends, although I guess it would have to be undead. Because it appears
I
to
don't.
be... Go on.
Sebastian, can you swap with me? I wanna check it out.
And he what?
Like switch places because he's in
Yeah,
there now.
Yeah, he'll leave the circle.
It might be okay for the... never mind, there's residue, so it might turn back on.
Yeah, and Pierre, as you enter the circle, like the statue starts talking again.
Okay, ignoring that. That is just magic mouth talking. Let's see. So this is a one use. So this is a magical item receiving out of a conjuration. Is it a portal?
It appears to be the receiving point of a portal, yes.
So something is supposed to go through here. Can I like? Okay, we might. Can I like check if it has been used or not?
Yeah, Sebastian will say, "Well, give it." Well, something what Misfortune has said. I think the thing that was supposed to come through here was these 5.
Going by
Oh,
their spread out nature, whatever killed them did it fast. Or going by their placement, I don't think if they were trapped per se and just died of thirst, they would have spread out quite like this. Or maybe they would have. It doesn't seem organized at all.
Alright, I'm gonna take a stab at checking the bodies. Let's see.
And unfortunately, I'll be checking the statue while he does that.
Well, that
Okay.
be 16.
With a 16 in medicine, as you check the bodies, they you can see like none of them died of natural causes. Like one of them was you like Fortune could tell earlier, like one of them was literally torn apart. You can sense that you actually are able to see that one of them seems like, as you examine the ribcage of one of them, it looks like one of them was stabbed. These people seem to have died either like by a mixture of animals. Like one of them was stabbed. One of them was like seemed to have like some kind of parasite, as you see like holes in the skull. But yeah, none of them. They all seem to have like some sort of damage.
Okay, so Pierre will take out it's in the notebook, the notebook that he scribbled on when the giant Brachiosaurus was around. Like, quickly draws a little circle, marks like skulls right around where he thinks from on top view these skeletons' bodies are, along with the statue, and just marks their very likely cause of death.
Any of them showing any signs of
Let's
burns?
see. Burns?
Extreme
No.
burns.
One was torn apart, one was stabbed in the chest, another had a hole in his head. Probably from some sort of parasite. What was the other two? You only told me 3.
Like bite marks and things like that. Let's see.
Bite marks for one, and then the other, and the last one.
Let's see. The last one is can't really tell.
And then undiscernible. But probably probably it was not of natural causes. So let's say they were all attacked or something.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna check the statue now. If it comes to life, help.
Alright, don't worry. Just be sure to not angle it if it does.
I'll try to banish it, banish it in hand. That might work.
Knowing how these statues are, they probably come back.
Oh, for certain. But it would buy us time. Fortune's going to inspect the statue. Look at its make, its model. Is it a construct? What happens? Is it rusting?
Go ahead. Go ahead and roll a Smith tools with intelligence.
Eleonce. 35.
Yes. Okay. So 45
Gift job back.
or 35, not 45. 35. You look at this thing. It's old. It's rusty. Like it has like very large patches of rust. It's all at this point. It's almost more rust than iron at this point. But Fortune, you are able to notice something. Very teeny tiny little itty bitty engravings. The word hate over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Every single inch of the statue that you can see has this itty bitty tiny, just the word hate written over and over and over again.
Does it look like it was done with specialized tools, or does it look like somebody just took like a diamond out of their ring and scratched it into it?
Considering how small like the words are, this is very most definitely like special tools. Like these words are small.
Okay. This was a passion project? I'm starting to think whoever did this also made this statue. Every single bit of it has the word hate carved into it.
So it would seem that whoever made this certainly didn't like whoever these 5 people are.
For certain. Which one is the most intact? Are there any of the skeletons that are particularly intact in the neck and jaw region?
I'll say
And
like
head
the
region?
yes, the one of the what? What do you want? Yeah.
Cat demands
Yeah,
attention.
Yes. Yeah, one of them is like the one that was that looked to have been stabbed seems to be the most intact.
Okay, I'm drafting questions right now. Nate. Alright, so I'm going to try speaking to the dead here. Obligatory what are your names question. Sorry, have to ask it every time. Who sets this trap? Anything else we want to know? Where's the other side of the portal, maybe?
What is the other side of the portal, and does it know where they are? We will check if they came here unknowingly or were they venturing in this island.
That's true. You're asking if they knew where they were, or if they know where they are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two, three, four. Should we just ask those 4 and keep 2 for fuckery's sake, just in case?
Yeah, sure.
Anyone else got any questions? Speak with dead is fun.
It can be.
Alright, here I go. Alright. First of all, breaks out book, turns to blank page, breaks out pen. What are all of your names?
Let's see. Sorry, give me a second.
With my job. When I was first building Fortune, there were two features I had in mind. Two things that were an absolute must. Far Scribe and Speak with Dead. This is a core Fortune feature.
Yep. Sorry, give me a second.
Oh, take your time. I didn't expect for you to actually tell us the names. I thought it was just gonna be they tell you your names.
Let's see.
This is fun, these encounters.
Thank you.
I hate how many of them we have to just kind of nope out of, but, you know. Why then, you gotta put more of your encounters directly in our way. Oh, you were just writing out the answers there, okay.
Yep, there you go. Their names
Roger
are
Davis.
Zangroth Stone Tamer, Roger Davis, Angstrom Nano. Oh, that's supposed to be Laura. Laura Moore,
Loud
and Sebastian Lunicola.
That's a name.
Ajar and the Bold sent us through the door.
Hmm.
The other side is the city of Anaya. I do not know where we are.
It's fortunate what the city of Anaya is.
Roll a history check, please.
Okay. 23.
Yes. He would know what that is. It's not called that anymore.
Ooh.
She would know that to be the old name for the port city of Einlass.
Mindless. That's in the Krezg Empire.
That was before it was part of the Krezg Empire.
Oh, I see.
It was called that about a little over 300 years ago.
Ah, shit. Okay.
So they've been there for a while now.
Yes, this has been here a bit. Here we are. Unless we are. What are your names? Very good. Angier and the Bold. Does Fortune know anything about Angier and the Bold?
Roll a history check.
I swear, if we found 12, if we found another like famous adventuring group that went missing, We found another Aegis.
Entering the bold? No. Not nothing you can think of.
Also, is she saying is he letting this information out?
Who's entering the bold?
Let's see. Who is on sharing the bold? You will get the city's champion.
Hmm. Okay.
And then the skeleton collapses. Back
Those-
dead.
That was 6 questions.
Nope, it's 5.
Oh, okay. Why did I think it was 6?
I don't know. I remember last time you cast the spell, you thought it was 4 for some reason.
No, I think I called it 4 because I knew I was going to expend 1 on the what are your names, because I always do. Yeah, it's 5. Huh. Alright. So we found some interesting information.
Oh, what did you get? Well, what did you get?
You heard all of it, you were all there.
Oh, I thought it was just to you.
No, it speaks. It was actually speaking aloud.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does Fortune recognize these names? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask about the names.
Roll. I'm gonna say roll history checks. Anyone who so desires.
Here we go.
Stupidly famous. Oh wait, it occurs to me, I think... No, it's not concentration. Okay.
Nope.
I didn't know that was 10 minutes. Cool.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna have Sebastian. Just
Sebastian.
Sebastian. History 19.
Where have you come from? Where have you gone? Where'd you come from, Sebastian?
I like that. That was a good one.
You're welcome.
And Floosh.
Floosh. Man.
You see that square? You see that round Floosh? I'm gonna turn it into a square-shaped Floosh. You see how it's gonna be a square shape?
Dude.
Clued. I fucking love that. You see
Yeah.
that clued? See how much now it's more of a square-shaped clued.
You have a problem with it.
There's nothing more powerful than...
Fuck's sake.
Anyways. Let's see. Let's see. Blush and Sebastian would actually both recognize the name. Would both recognize the name Ajarin the Bold as the city champion of what is now called Einlass. She had commanded the city's forces for over a year while the Krezg Empire sieged the city.
Ah, yes.
I'm sorry, what?
I said, ah, yes. That was all. I just said, ah, yes.
Okay. But obviously she eventually failed. Bit. That's that seems to be mostly what they know. Let's see. It was a while ago, and let's see. She was renowned as like a very good military commander. actually kept her in charge of the city after it became part of the empire. Wasn't particularly happy, but she couldn't really do all that much about it.
Hmm.
But yes. Anything else you guys?
So does Fortune recognize, like, the name Sargroth, Stonehammer, Roger Davis, Angstrom, Nano,
Nope.
and no, not as, like, a group?
Nope. Nobody recognizes any of the names.
Okay. Making sure it wasn't, like, another ageist situation. Well,
Yeah,
that's
nope.
interesting. I guess we could tell people in the Kresk Empire about that at some point. This
You
might be
could, yes.
a major archaeological find. I'm writing it down in my little notes here.
I will note that Jaren is not here.
Yeah, I put that one together.
Yeah.
I mean, anything else anybody wants to look for or try to find out?
I think Comicals would be a bit. Oh. Payday, are you here?
Payday? Yeah, it's also
there
5
she is.
o'clock, so, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. We'll go ahead and end the session here then.
Very good, very good. Man, the stuff is happening.
Go ahead and add about 1,500 to your experience points.
1,500. We got it.
What would that be?
Well,
Oh wow,
sorry.
Fletch has not been here a while.
Yeah, Ghost has missed like 6 sessions so far. He was there for one of them, but
Yeah.
6 in this dry spell.
Yeah, he had 13,500 or 13,500.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, people of the stream,
1500.
that is all this time. Sorry it sort of petered out there between internet problems and how late it is. And the roughness of this week, exhaustion took hold.
A little bit.
Yeah. Bye.